Yo, yo, yo. Thank you for joining us on this Friday edition of the Logistics Lounge. It is so lovely to be back live in front of all you wonderful people. We released some recorded shows this week. Pedro personally was not a fan. Hunter was not here because he is sick, which is why we have our co-host Chase filling in today. We're going to chill out. We have Joseph Daniel with GEGO. He's the VP of sales. He's going to talk to us, give us a little demonstration, show us a bunch of features of the GEGO tracking system. And then we're going to do an update on where Pedro Potato's tracker is at as well. And in the news, is Congress going to help us fight our fight against freight theft? Y'all sit back, relax, pop a top, and enjoy the lounge. Chase, what's up, broski?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Man, I'm having the most wonderful birthday ever, man. I'm glad to be here.
Man, I am glad that you are here, and happy birthday. We got a little something special for you here in a little bit when we bring Joe on. So, but thank you for spending a little bit of your birthday with us. What else you doing for birthday, man? I know you're just gonna sit here and fuck around with us.
Hey, well, this is gonna be fun, but I'm gonna go bowling later with the girl and the family, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna have some fun, maybe kick back a few brewskis. Not much of a drinker, but we'll see how maybe one thing will lead to another.
Oh yeah, man. Well, you gotta let loose a little bit on your birthday. Regardless, you just got to keep it within limits, I guess. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, we'll try to stay between the lanes tonight. Yeah,
that's it, man. That's well, no drinking and driving. Period. Ever.
No. I'm not doing none of that. No.
Yeah, you don't let nobody do it either.
We're good on that front. Yeah, no, I didn't even think about the.
You're a douche. You're a douche sickle, man. If you drink and drive, that's all there is to that, brother.
I don't even drink, so that's how I stay clear of it.
I know there's people that don't drink and I don't have a problem with it, but every time someone tells me they don't drink, I always repeat this same line. And this is from the great man, Robin Leach. You can't trust someone that doesn't drink.
Hey, well, I do drink a little bit, so I guess but yeah, no, you're right. No, hey, man, it's a quote, and I've never heard of the guy, but I'm sure it's good.
You've never heard of Robin Lee? Oh my Jesus gosh!
I've heard of the coach.
How old are you? How old are you, Chase?
29 now.
Oh, dude, there's no excuse for that. Still, man. I bet when we bring on Joe, he's gonna know who Robin Leach is. If he doesn't, I'm truly gonna be embarrassed.
Nah, he's got it.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move it right on along. Chase, you're gonna have to keep up with me. All right.
No,
yeah, you ever been a co-host on a show?
I'm adding it to my resume today, brother.
Have you ever been on a show before?
I've never even been on a show, so this will be a first.
Oh, bro, you watched us before. We're gonna have fun, man.
Yeah.
We're just gonna sit here. Yeah, we're just gonna sit here and chill. All right, before we go ahead and get to some news, then to our wonderful guest Joe, we're going to show some sponsor love, and why not go ahead and just start out with the sponsor that is here with us tonight, GEGO. Show some love to the sure fine folks over at Sureline Capital. You know what's next, Chase?
Oh, I'm so ready for this, whatever it might be.
Oh, it's just the news, bro. All right. Big thing that we talk about here in the lounge a lot. It's really just a huge topic everywhere right now in our industry is the amount of theft that goes on in our industry, which just plays right into why we have GEGO on the show here tonight. But a good thing is that the federal government is finally starting to take notice. The U.S. House Appropriations Committee on Wednesday approved funding for a bill for the Department of Homeland Security that includes funding for a task force that would address the supply chain fraud and cargo theft problem. The Appropriations Committee remains concerned with the alarming rise, in supply chain fraud and theft through interstate commerce, particularly that of the rail, motor carrier, and intramodal systems, including attempted burglary, theft of merchandise, possession of merchandise stolen from a rail car and or motor carrier. The bill includes a provision that will allocate $2 million to establish, I fucking love government acronyms, to establish the Supply Chain Fraud and Theft Task Force, or the SCFTTF. One time, man, we have an impeccable record for these task force namings.
I think we're having technical difficulties. No.
Yeah. It's the fifth. That's the name of the task force, man. That's what it's called. The task force will be led up by Homeland Security and the FBI. They will coordinate with state, local, tribal, territorial, and other federal law enforcement agencies to help further investigate and combat the rising theft that we are seeing in our supply chain here in America. So, thoughts, Chase? Give them to me. Come on.
I'll tell you what, honestly, I think our guest today is going to be, a great choice for, combating things like this. So, I mean, the amount of it is ridiculous that I saw whenever I was with Armstrong was just ridiculous. Thankfully, my office was good at like combating that, but there still exists. They're still out there. If you're not, keeping your eyes peeled for it, it could be something that is catastrophic for your company. I mean, at the end of the day.
No, you're right, man. So very right. This is it's good to finally see the government actually starting to look at this as a real issue. We've been talking about this for quite a while, for as long as I've been on this side of the industry and brokering, like 3.5 years now. The double brokering, the fraud, and the theft has just been an issue that has continued to rise. And we talk about the fraud part a lot. That as well could, one instance could be the end of your company. Someone takes your information, they go and they book a couple loads, just in a matter of a day, and it can end a reputable carrier. And same thing with these theft things. Maybe the theft of a trailer full of merchandise for Walmart isn't a big deal, but theft for a trailer full of merchandise for a small artisan furniture maker, that is a big deal. Stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, you think about it, man, it all adds up too at the end of the day. So like, even if it's, one pallet of, God knows what, it affects somebody out there. So, it's
very true.
Supply chain, man, it's gotta hit every link in the chain, or man, there could be consequences of that.
Agreed. Claudia, no, the article did not mention if it was part of the FMCSA. It just said that it was something with Homeland Security. So honestly, I prefer it this way, Claudia, and I know you'll agree after I say this, because we all know the FMCSA doesn't do shit. This is actually setting up a task force with an actual law enforcement agency, not some supposed regulatory agency that every time someone brings an issue to them, they say, oh, well, we don't have the ability to fine or arrest or indict people, whatever like that. So I actually think this is a better route to take. This is doing it in a bill like this and getting actual law enforcement agencies involved. Sage, what's up, brother? Long time no see. You've been killing me with these damn memes and stuff you're doing, man. Oh my gosh, all those little videos and shit. That one you did last night of that Elmo character. Oh man, if you don't follow Sage, go follow him. He is, as you see, he's on X and he's also on YouTube. You'll get an absolute kick out of his stuff. I'm leading the feed. Are you? Well, you would actually be a good choice for it, Sage. I actually have to say you would be a good choice. Claudia, you would be another great choice. 100%. We know that you have thoughts. The problem is they would hire Claudia and then fire her the very same day because her thoughts would be too much for them. Got anything more, Chase?
Man, I don't, man. Excited for the show, man.
Oh, for it being your birthday, you sure as hell are pretty chill monotone. We're gonna need you to.
Oh yeah, you want me to get that? Okay,
Yeah,
I got you.
We need you to get lit.
I got you. I'll get up there. There.
We're gonna go ahead, bring our never mind. We're not. We're gonna wait because I can see that he walked away from his chair. So we're just gonna sit here in awkward silence till Joe gets back. Oh, there he is. Joe, I hope you're ready because you're coming on the show.
Love it. One of my favorite songs.
What's up, bro?
Not much. So, yeah. Weird that I'm acting as a sponsor instead of my usual normal capacity on here.
Yeah, I know it is, man. The first time we had you on, you just came on and hung out with us and chilled because Hunter met you on LinkedIn and we just sat here bullshitted for like 2 hours. And yeah, now here you are back on as a guest and you're the let me put you up here so people can see. You're the VP of sales now, 4-hour sponsor. That's pretty full circle, man. I mean,
it really is. This is possibly one of the best LinkedIn success stories. I don't know. Do we want to honor the birthday boy first? Or are we ready for story time?
We're going to honor the birthday boy first. Let me hold on. Let me pull this screen up here. Hopefully this all hold on because I need to be able to press play and stuff on it.
Okay.
All right. Hopefully this the audio comes through here. So here we go.
Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Chase.
Man, it really does not get better than that, man. I mean,
wait.
It does not. That's what I came here for. I could leave right now, go bowling, and I tell you, it still wouldn't be better than that. Thank you.
Well, seeing as we got to utilize my talents a little bit, you've requested I do sing you happy birthday as some Family Guy characters. So, without further ado, happy birthday to you. I say happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday, Chase. Giggity. Happy birthday to you. I hope that was worth the hype.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, talented. Yeah. I can't copy somebody's voice. So, like, that's such a skill. I love that.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome, man. Dude, we never got to put together those skits of having you prank call people in people's voices like Mark Wahlberg and all that stuff. Like we've got to put those together. That'll be absolutely fun. All right, Joe.
Yep.
You watch the show, man, so you know that the first question we always ask is who is Joe Daniel and how did you become to be the VP of sales for GEGO?
Well, I've been in freight for on and off about 10 years. Just like recently was at a different employer previously in the year. Unfortunately, in a round of layoffs, as soon as I posted up on LinkedIn, Robert, you and a whole bunch of other people were reposting my like, hey, I'm looking for work now. friend of ours, Matt, had also seen me on the podcast and seen that I was looking for work, and reached out to GEGO and said, like, hey, if you're looking for somebody for sales, why not talk to this guy? And I found out they were a sponsor of yours. It looked like they're a pretty cool company. And Robert actually wrote a unsolicited letter of recommendation after I sent in my business plan to him. And a couple weeks later, here I am. Just finished up my second week here. So good. That is proof, everyone. If you do network on LinkedIn properly, it can lead to good things.
I can second that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, everybody seriously make a network, make some friends out here, man. The people out here are always looking out for you. Even when the people closest to you aren't, these people are. So man, nobody tries to lead anybody astray. That's what's beautiful about it. It's different than any other atmosphere.
I think you and I both departed our employers and rejoined the working force within like mere weeks of each other.
Honestly, I took a few days extra, like on my choosing. I was like, hey, let's make it look like I worked for this, you know. But
yeah,
really,
same. It was just kind of like, do you want to start the day after your birthday? And I'm like,
see, I'm glad it didn't take me till my birthday. I'll tell you what, probably wouldn't see this backdrop.
Joe, what we have to do first before we get into things is we have to toast your not only you being with GEGO, man, but you know, just we have to toast just because you sent me this lovely bottle of Texas bourbon here, man.
Day drinker Texas bourbon. There's one person I thought of when I saw that.
Dude, hey, I want to say this bottle is pretty cool. And you as a drinker, I know, well, I'm gonna say you as a drinker, but that doesn't sound fucking right. But it's big with alcohol bottles. But
call it out if you need to call it out.
What I mean is, dude, it's the glass. It's got raised lettering on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, man. Like they don't do that no more. You know what I mean? So like I was like, man, that's pretty damn sick, man. It's got freaking raised lettering. But I want you to see that it is still sealed. I told you I was not going to break it until you and I were on the show together. So I'm gonna break this open and we're gonna. What are you drinking? You said?
I'm drinking Blanton's. I do apologize. My dog used her piddle pad, so I need to reinforce that behavior. I'll be 1 second.
Yeah. Okay. Hoo-wee. Oh
man, it's bourbon. It's bourbon. What'd you expect,
bro? I do not drink liquor. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Man,
what's your beer of choice?
Maybe I really don't have a beer choice. I just like Texas beers. This one's my go-to. It's Blood and Honey by Revolver Brewing. They're out of Granbury, Texas, which is south of Fort Worth. So that's like my go-to. But my mainly I drink, I guess, St. Arnold's. Man, I love St. Arnold's. They're a brewery out of Houston. They make a lot of impeccable brews. So yeah. All right, man. Are you ready, brother?
We're ready.
All right, let's go. Oh, that's actually really smooth, man.
That's good.
That is super smooth.
What proof is that one? I'm just curious.
I think it says 40. That's 40. It's 40%, 80 proof.
Nice.
It's nice, dude.
Yeah.
Man, that is really freaking smooth, man. Holy crap. I was really expecting like a burn down the throat. Man, that is extremely smooth. I'm gonna have to drink some more of that. I'll get my son to make me a cocktail out of it, dude. My son has a whole cocktail mixing kit and everything that he likes whiskeys and bourbons too. All right, moving right on along. Thank you very much for that, Joe. I really appreciate that, man. It meant a lot to me that you sent that to me. When you said you was like, when you told me you were sending me something, I was like, oh, okay, cool. I don't know what to expect, but you're like, it'll be coming to your door in 30 minutes. I was like, what?
Thank God I didn't leave the house. And I'm like, all right.
Man, I'm glad I didn't because I never I don't know why I thought. I was like, oh, I'll just see, hey, can you leave behind the bushes? But the lady got here and she asked me for my ID, and I was like, I never.
Liquor delivery requires a signature.
Dude, I've never done it, so but I'm glad I didn't end up leaving and stuff.
Shout out to Reserve Bar.
Yeah, fuck yeah, hell yeah. All right, let's get right into it.
Yep.
GEGO, man. Where are we going to start?
I fell into this one. Researched the company. They've been doing luggage tracking for going on, if not exceeding 12 years. So they've been around since 2012. So it is a device that you would put in your luggage or actually in your cargo for more practical applications now. And you're able to track it. And you were posting up stuff on LinkedIn today. You were able to see it move around the actual USPS warehouse. Sorry, you're on mute, man.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm looking at it right now. Let's see where we're at.
Yeah.
We are. Oh, snap. Here, we'll pull up right now. We are at the USPS facility in Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah. It made it,
Cool.
dude. Less than a day. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to track that up until it hits its destination.
This thing is awesome, man. This thing is ridiculous. Like,
I just love the little trail. Like, what the thing that you shared? It was like the trail inside the warehouse. I was like, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So
dude, that was I thought that was pretty cool myself.
Yeah. No, like I really like the idea behind it.
Go ahead, Joe.
So this is, like I'm not really, just blowing smoke with them. I'm like, this can solve a lot of issues. This can, save a lot of time. I can't tell you the amount of times in the past couple years that, I'd be trying to find somebody who logged into a tracking software, allegedly, a driver who just decided to turn it off because they felt like, they didn't want to be tracked all the time by the government, sent from my iPhone. Always funny to read that. But there was a lot of resistance to it, or people could be dishonest. And there was an uptick in people who would put the freight that was supposed to go over the road on the rail. Things arrived 5 days late. They sent me a really sketchy repair shop receipt from like Billings, Montana. I'd look up the address. It'd be somebody's house. And I'm like, okay, just tell me it's on the train. It's fine. Well, rather than make, hours and phone calls to find out about one thing, if they put this in the freight somewhere in a box, it could be the box of the bill of lading. It could be on one of the pallets, all kinds of different applications for it. The customer, the broker, and the carrier should know exactly where the freight is at all times. Now, that is amazing for tracking, and it's valued enough where people like Red Bull Racing, as well as there's a couple different medical applications that we use for high visibility medication, or in terms of actual human organs, making it from like a donation, wherever the donation took place, to the actual end user. Not sure that's the proper terminology there, but so you could track it up till it enters the hospital, or even like, on the loading dock or whatever. So that's a great thing. Like if stuff is very crucial on a just-in-time delivery, you need to know where things are exactly. Human organs and tissues, that's an example of extreme emergencies, and like there's very little time to mess around there. Some good application also would be like if you had an unmanned warehouse. I happen to know there's a couple near the town of Navasota, Texas, where Chuck Norris has a artesian spring that produces C-Force water. Previous customer. At any rate, if they're in an unmanned warehouse where you're supposed to let them know when you're 2 hours out, drivers forget that thing, be it, I don't want to say road hypnosis or anything. You could forget. I mean, you're focused on the job. You're doing really some important work. So they would get an automatic alert being like, hey, this guy's 2 hours out. Go to the warehouse now. So that way the guy's not waiting 2 hours and burning his clock. There's staff waiting for him. And that's good for everyone there. I mean, the warehouse gets things taken care of right away. There's no wasted time. There's no detention issues, which sours the relationship between just everyone involved in that. And then if the guy has a high value, backhaul coming from him, he can be rest assured that there's people waiting for him, and, doesn't have to worry about the unloading time then. And then I just spent 2 days at the Midwest Cargo Theft Council seminar.
Oh,
and
nice.
To piggyback off of what you were talking about with the new task force, well, I'm glad there's a task force because it's been going up 30% a year in terms of the amount of freight that's been stolen. 30% last year and 30% increase. Now, it's become organized. There's 22 active countries that the FBI agent at the seminar disclosed to us, not the actual countries, but that number. So it used to be things that were stolen on Monday would be out of the country and on a cargo ship by Sunday. Unfortunately, these people have gotten so good at stealing our freight that they're having supply chain issues. So these warehouses that are close to the ports actually have a backlog now, and sometimes it's taking, quoting here, up to 30 days for things to leave the country. So we're talking about different things you could put in place, making sure that you're responsible with your network, not having your password be password or, President Scroob's luggage combo from Spaceballs. 1, 2, 3, 4, if anyone doesn't get that joke. So in addition to all these things, they mentioned, covert or clandestine tracking devices. Well, that's what we sell. So you could put that, sorry about the dog, everyone. You could put that in the actual cargo. You've removed the margin of error from the driver. If nothing the driver did wrong and he just got hijacked, well, they still took the boxes containing the tracker in there. You report the theft, you know exactly where it is. And, as of right now, they're looking for the GPS on the truck. They don't have time to go through all the boxes and see if there's anything clandestine hidden. So it's an excellent way to recover any freight that may have been stolen. Time is of the essence. You know exactly where it is within, mere minutes of, when this was hijacked or, stolen. So your chances of recovering it just grow up exponentially the quicker you're able to react to it. So to piggyback off that, there's a lot of things in the current environment right now. This isn't going to be a luxury anymore. It's like a dash cam in your truck. It's not a luxury anymore. It's a necessity. The way things are going right now, unfortunately, there's a couple negative trends. And getting out ahead of stuff will ensure that you're actually saving money and a lot of stress. Like you guys were saying, one stolen load, one thing goes wrong, a mom and pop shop, that would be the end of it right there. So the money invested in, preventative measures is actually worth, would you rather spend $1,000 in a year, which is not our device subscription cost, just randomly pull that number out. Would you rather spend that across, 6 months worth of tracking or whatnot, or up to a year? It depends on how many devices you get. I'm getting too caught in the details. Or would you rather lose a $14,000 shipment? So to quote a philosopher, and then it got paraphrased by a couple of hip hop artists, it's better to have it, not need it, than to need it, not have it. So that's one of the main bullet points for us. And it's an exciting opportunity. I mean, the fact that we work on Red Bull Racing is awesome. I'm actually going to be near the Red Bull headquarters in about 6 months. So
Awesome.
I'll see if I can't leverage that into a visit.
I was just about to say you should go up there and say, "Hey, I'm with GEGO Tracking Solutions. We are here for an on-site inspection." see what you can make happen, man.
Yeah.
You never know. Maybe Nacho could hook it up. You know what I mean? It could be like a customer site visit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And if you do, Joe, I expect some type of swag from freaking Red Bull.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. We just got to do that. All right, man. I want to touch really. I want to say touch. I want to start out with part of the end of what you said about how, this GPS tracking stuff and being able to see your freight, exactly what's going on with it. And I have expanded more and say assets. I really think that is a huge area as well, but it's not a luxury anymore. It's a necessity. Pretty much all brokerages right now, they use the cell phone based tracking, Macro Point, Trucker Tools, other things like that. And it has done its service well for what we thought we needed it as. But we have since learned, and I mean, even I have seen reports that, these people would just go buy a prepaid phone. What's $200, $300 for a prepaid phone, and you set tracking on it, and they'll just throw it in the back of the trailer or in the box itself, and they do whatever they want with it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so there's no way to really tell what's going on with it. These trackers, these GEGOs, and with the real GPS, that is where we're going to have to go. It is. It's going to have to be something that is hidden inside of the freight that no one knows about, or even if they do know about it, what's it matter? How long is it going to take them to go through a truckload of merchandise, and with something like GEGO where you can set alerts on it, on the platform, you could set different alerts. If it travels outside the geo fence, it sends you alerts, all these things. By the time they're able to find it, something like GEGO, we're already going to know that the freight has been stolen and exactly where it is. And that very first picture that I shared of what Chase said, the inside of that UPS building, that thing seriously is like 1,000 square feet. Maybe that's probably over exaggerating. And you could see how that thing moved within that little area, like pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah.
I'd have to double check, but I have seen a default setting at 200 feet for a geofence.
So I think that's right.
Yeah, it's insane the amount of detail we can get. And I did a short trip out to where was that? Plainfield, Illinois. That's where the seminar took place both days. So I tracked my trip out there and my trip back. And I mean, it tells me, a 45-minute trip had 90 data points it downloaded. Jeez. So, I mean, it tells me exact what address I'm close to, like accurate within a block, and what time I was there, how long I was there. I mean, I CC'd my wife on it just to be like, hey, take a look at this. Let me know what you think when I was driving out there. And she called me in the middle of the trip, goes, did you just stop at Midway? I go, no, but I drove by it. So for those that don't know, Midway is an airport in Chicago, but it's kind of cool how it updates you and says like, oh, you're leaving North Center, which is my neighborhood. Oh, you're entering this town. Oh, you're on the bubble of Aurora and Naperville.
Hey, you just mentioned something that you didn't touch on when you initially were explaining it, but you said that you were able to add your wife to what do you mean, Joe?
So when we create a shipment, is there a way I could share a screen on here? Or
yeah, brother. If you just look down there at the bottom where it has the present, it's a screen, with the plus sign in front of it or in the middle of it.
Share screen.
And if you want to share something with sound, you have to do it from the browser window that you're using StreamYard from. I just want to let you know that.
Yep. No audio on this one to be shared. So share screen. So I am going to pull up the portal for GEGO. And let me refresh it. Sorry, I've had this open for quite a bit today. All right. This is my Cargo Summit one. So again, I apologize for the dog there. They're fed some contractors in the building today, so she's being a little fussy. So this is the route I took. I'll start here, and then I'll answer your question really quick, just because this is what's available. So you hit play route, and it'll say, do you want to go ahead and play that? And it just kind of shows where I was. As you can see, I hit the highway, so I'm going pretty quick. And that's where I was. This end address was the Plainfield Police Department, and that is where we had the 2-day seminar. So pretty interesting stuff on here to create a shipment. I got my wife tracking in Toma, Wisconsin. She has my consent to do that, by the way, of course. So when you create a shipment to track and you assign it to one of your trackers, you enter your origin. So we'll do Clean Texas to, I'm just pulling stuff out of error right now, but we got to add followers to this. So obviously I set myself as a default, but.
Hey, Joe, add me as a follower so I can pull up on screen as well, showing that I got the notification.
Yep.
Chilling.
I mean, it's the one that's sitting right here, so it's not going to go anywhere. But what was your email again? Or
well, no, but it sends me notification that I was added as a follower, though, doesn't it? Yeah. Chilling at the Logistics Lounge 365.com.
So as simple as that. I got 2 active devices. I just went with the Greek alphabet. So there we go. Got 100% charge on that. And we're going to go ahead and create this. Next, I have to enter an order number. And you should just got an email right now.
Oh, I sure the hell did, buddy boy. Yep. Here, I'm gonna pull yours down so I can pull mine up. This is pretty sick, man. Like it really is. Like that's pretty slick that, you know, you add people and then they can watch it live time. And personally, I think that is that in itself is of extreme value and a great selling point, you know, for anyone with their customer, that they're using this stuff. You know, if you're and I want people to understand that, you know, this is something that is just, it adds so much value to you being able to give your customer assurance. If you're a shipper manufacturer, you know, that, hey, what I send you, you're going to be able to see this, what's going on with it, track it, know that it's going to be there, when it's going to be there, because the GEGO tracker, it also gives you a timeline. And I've noticed, Joe, I don't know if you've caught this yet, but as my tracker has stopped, it automatically updates the timeline. You know, like when it first started, it said it was going to be there tomorrow. And if I pull it up now, you know, it'll show, I think it showed in the next 2 hours, because it's like 30 miles away from where I'm sending it from. So, you know, I think that's great too. And because when it's traveling long, if you have those alerts set, then the receiver is going to get the alert saying, hey, this thing is probably going to arrive a little earlier, or it's going to arrive a little later, which goes to the point that you made earlier about the unmanned warehouses. You know, if that shipper is expecting that thing to arrive, or receiver expecting it to arrive a certain day, you know, and this thing tells them, hey, it's going to be a day earlier, it's going to be a day or two late based on our projects on this timeline, that helps them to be able to adjust to without even you having to say anything to them.
Another great application is, like, what if you're a construction site that needs to rent out a crane that day? That's not cheap manpower to have. So that's also a good application to it.
Or even better, I mean, you look at like banks, instead of using the packs, you know, you don't even need the packs. Packs become unnecessary. They don't even know that, you know, you can track it just like that, you know, you'd be right on top of them no matter where they went. I mean, so there's so many applications that are outside of even our realm that this is, you know, this is just a cool product. This is like the kid in you that gets excited, you know, little toy, you know.
Well, into that point, I haven't even talked about the air travel integration. So let's just say one of you knew you were sending something air to, let's go with Anchorage, Alaska. I would watch a lot of Atlas planes take off a little bit near O'Hare at one of my previous jobs. So you could put one in a box that's going to Anchorage. It will go ahead. Oh, Claudia, just let me finish my anecdote and I'll show you. It's got a good comparison for it. So it would track to O'Hare. It would integrate with the flight it's supposed to be on with FlightAware, and I forget the other website. So you're able to, it'll turn off once this thing, the accelerometer detects that it's actually about to hit rotational speed for takeoff, or pretty close to that. So it'll track the flight as well because it integrates with FlightAware. And then once it lands, it'll give you an alert. Hey, this has stopped moving. This is touchdown. It's landed at Anchorage Airport. And then you can track it from Anchorage until its final destination. Yeah. So that's awesome if you got small parcels out there too. I mean, I shouldn't just limit this to over the road and like expedite. So Claudia, you were asking about the size. This is a USB conversion power outlet that comes with the device. Like you get these with your cell phone pretty much. And yes, we should chat on that. So this is the device. Here's the AC adapter here for your phone. And yeah, this will integrate very nicely. And yes, you should email any one of you who needs to talk, jdaniel@gego.io. I'll be very responsive on that, and we will get stuff out to you guys ASAP. So we'd like to hear a lot more about that project. That sounds exciting in a way.
Yeah.
All great nerds get excited about stuff that's out of the ordinary.
It is. We do. And, you know, GEGO is, I mean, it's not really crazy out of the ordinary, but in our industry it is, because a lot of people aren't aren't here yet. They haven't seen the value of it yet, and I feel that a lot of that reason is because a lot of folks haven't been subjected to freight theft, or not even theft, to an issue with during the transit of their cargo, and them trying to get an update from a broker or a carrier themselves. Hey, where's my stuff? Where's this? Where's that? And they don't answer. They can't get an answer from them. And so this thing is imperative, and I don't feel that it really is just more important now because the theft and stuff is on a rise. I just think that we're at that point in time where, right now I could open my phone and even my wife's in the other room, I can track her with her phone using GPS coordinates. It's not based on the cell, it is based on where her GPS coordinates are at. And I'm able to see her where she is, and everything we do in our life, our cars, all these other things that we do, we implement GPS tracking into so we can find them if we lose them or if we want to know where they're at. This just makes sense in our industry. And I like that you brought up, we're not talking about just OTR stuff. When you get down to the expedited deals, Dale Prax, I don't know if you're watching, but I'm talking to you on this one. Dale owns an expedited company. That's all that he does. And something like this would be imperative to them. You talked about the organ transplant stuff. That's what that is. Expedite stuff. Even though obviously it's organs, when it escalates its importance, but same thing, things that are of time critical, you want to know and be able to see where your stuff is and adjust in case these things are going to be late. I didn't know about the integration for the flight stuff though. That's pretty freaking cool right there.
I forgot the young lady's name that I talked to on LinkedIn a bit, who does like Hawaii, Guam, and Alaska.
Oh, Monica Thornton.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you ever need to talk, let me know. So that one, I feel that's a great one for her because, all that stuff gets on a plane at some point. These things, if I turned one on what was that, Tuesday, and yesterday it was down to maybe like 35% battery, and I'm like, you know what? I'll charge this when I get home. So, they last a good long time, especially if you're not actively pinging, but yeah, and you could always just recharge them. They go off a USB-C. They charge actually pretty fast. I think mine recharged in under an hour today, so that's like on par with a cell phone almost. But no, this is what, especially with Expedite too. If you're sending a part that's going to keep a production line going and you're not tracking it, I have questions for you, including do you want to apply on monster.com or indeed.com next week? I had an example from one of my last freight jobs where we're sending something from St. Louis to Seattle. And it turned out these jokers put it on the train, shut down a production line. And had we actually known where it was and weren't always being lied through that epic game of telephone between, talk to the dispatcher, talk to the driver, talk to so-and-so, and back and forth, we would have known where it was. They could have gotten supplemental parts from a place in Oregon and had 1 day of shutdown instead of 3. So there's advantages everywhere of knowing exactly where it is, especially when you're moving that, the layers of, either deliberate or non-deliberately the human error that gets involved in freight. So, yeah. Especially I'm seeing that, people have lost, one of the gut feeling you have when your freight's missing or whatnot, your stomach sinks, you feel all your pores open up and start releasing sweat like you're in a sauna. Not a good feeling. If I could spare some people that, I'm going to be happy as it is. But, I think there's this technology I wish was available 2 or 3 years ago. That way we could have stayed ahead of things a lot more. Now, I don't want to say we're playing catch up, but we're evening the playing field.
We are 1,000%, man. When we're playing when it comes to the theft and the fraud stuff, brother. 1,000%, we're playing catch up, man. But before I move on to the next part of this that I want to bring up that I think is of a lot of importance is, you talked about moving the part. That it needs to get a production line open back up. it made me think about a customer that I have. They deal in industrial refrigeration. The company builds massive fans and coils, and they ship them from their facility or other manufacturers that manufacture their stuff. And then they go to construction sites where they're building massive, whether it be a DC or some type of production facility, and they send their crews, their install crews, to meet these items on site the day that they arrive, and or even with their tools. I move some of their tools too. They will be there on site, and I have to pick up their tools the day they're supposed to leave, and then they need to be there and be able to meet these guys by the time they get to the next location. Although we've never had an issue with anything, this would be something great for that customer of mine, because their big thing is planning. They'll send a crew of 10, 15, 20 people out there, and regardless whether the part is there, the stuff is there to do the build, or the tools are there, those guys are still being paid to be there to work, whether they're working or not. So this thing has a ton of implications that that it can be used for across our not even just us as in transportation period. Other people that do other things, like you mentioned construction, like I'm mentioning construction. So it really does have endless uses. A big thing that I have spoke about with this ever since I started talking to Nacho over at GEGO is assets, man. I'm telling you that this, even truck companies now, when they use that tracking shit, it's all cell tower stuff, man. It's all still cell tower stuff. The big old white dome on the back of the truck, man. Very few companies use any type of GPS tracking for their equipment, their trucks, their trailers, any of that stuff. And like this stuff, something like GEGO is, you have to have this on all your trucks and your trailers. And it's not even about distrusting your driver of them going off route while they're delivering something. You know what I mean? I'm going to take this to a place, but it is a prime example, or to a not so good place, but it's a prime example. When I was a logistics operations manager at a company that did air freight, we used to pick up stuff, get it brought into our warehouse, and then we would deliver a load every other day down to San Antonio to Hart Hanks. If you don't know who that is, their company, they make checks and all kinds of other legal documents. So we used to get the paper in off of a plane, and then we would take it as a half truckload down to San Antonio to one of their facilities where they would print out checks for companies and stuff. But point is that on our trucks, all we had was the cell phone tracking. One of our guys went down there. We hadn't heard from him in a while. The tracking had gone dead. Last it had pinged, he was in one spot. We coincidentally had other drivers that ran that route delivering small parcels to post offices. They drove by there, said, no, hey, we can't find him. Just so happened another one of our drivers that was actually on the later load to the same place this guy was going, so happened to see the truck in a rest area, pulled in there, and our driver had ended up passing away from a heart attack. It took us several hours to find where it was, because the system on the truck wasn't working. Somehow it had glitched out, it had shut down. It was not pinging him. It was not updating. But, if we had something like GEGO, and like, hey, this guy hasn't checked in. We don't know where his truck is. He hasn't arrived yet. What's the deal here? We wouldn't have seen him 20 miles north of where he actually was. We would have been able to see him exactly where he was, and possibly would have been able there and been able to help him. So yeah, that's a little twist, but I just want to say, that's a prime example of the uses that this thing has and the implications that it can be used for, and the type of things that, even lives that it could save.
Yeah, there's plenty of gaps that exist in, I don't want to speak ill of any company really, but, in terms of tracking, there's gaps. It relies on the driver, it relies on the vehicle in some cases. So by putting it in the actual truck itself, and by the way, checks or any like credit card stock, things like that, I would definitely recommend this. Or anyone who works with a lot of LTL, because in my limited experience with that, that's always like, well, what day is it going to get here? Well, it could be Monday or it could be Thursday. I don't know. So if you're able to provide that to your customer, being like, for sure it'll be there on Wednesday. I'm tracking it right now. I know exactly where it is. Instead of being like, I know this could happen, or, there's a lot of variables in that when you have multiple customers freight on one truck. So great applications, saving lives is, if it's finding your driver in time or making sure someone gets the right organ, at the right time as quick as possible, and make sure everyone's prepped for that. All kinds of applications for this. So especially removing the errors that can occur with the carrier or the broker, and just having it straight. The customer has visibility, like very good transparency with exactly where it is and how fast it's traveling. I mean, I don't want to call it priceless, but that's a really good value that we're adding.
No, I kind of would lean towards the priceless thing, man. Visibility period is a big thing in our industry. Always has been, always is going to be. Not even if you take the theft part out of it. Every shipper, every receiver, every broker wants to know where their shipment is. You know what I mean? And you mentioned earlier that when you had to get updates, you had to call such and such, and they had to call such and such, and then so forth and so on. And that is even now, even with the actually, I want to use that as an example. Even now with the cell phone tracking, we still do that because a driver can shut that tracking off on that app, and then it's not tracking anymore. And you're at the mercy of, okay, is the driver going to answer, and if not, is the dispatcher going to answer? And then even if the dispatcher answers, are they going to give me an honest answer? I mean, I had an example earlier where a dispatcher told us, oh man, well my driver's still 45 minutes out, and then the next thing we know, the driver's texting us, hey, I'm here at the pickup. Can you give me a pickup number? And so it's, it's like, man, there's a lot of lag there. And something like this, the GEGO, and being able to add those followers when you make the shipment, send an email to the shipper, send an email to the receiver, even send an email to the dispatcher. You know what I'm saying? Like, even allow them to be able to see what's going on with the shipment and have visibility on their own vehicle while it is hauling this load. That I would say that's damn near priceless, man.
The other thing,
peace of mind.
Yeah, and I've kind of glossed over a little bit as we're building out this other feature more and more. We could set a custom dashboard for you. We can set custom alerts for you, so you know about harsh braking, events like that, which could cause freight shifts. It's something shows up and all the Gatorade is suddenly leaning over to the left.
Oh, it has a gyroscope in it or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
What?
There's a whole bunch. I don't know about gyroscope. I don't want Nacho to kill me on that one, but
whatever gyroscopics. I mean that's what would measure the shift and stuff.
Yeah, I mean the accelerometer, it turns off once you hit takeoff speed too. So we could set up custom stuff for you. It's just like there's so much. It's a lot of data here. Like here, my very very boring 45-minute trip, produced a data point that I put in an Excel. Share screen. Export one. There we go. So this just shows like where I was the entire time. Like, I mean, we're talking, location updates, what time. What does that say? The date, specific description. Here's where I was. I have my house listed in here too. When I left my area, when I was in transit. I mean, we're down to latitude and longitude on this one. And how much battery life I had during the entire time. So that's just an example of, some of the data that gets downloaded. I know data can be kind of boring and whatnot, but with that, I mean, if something goes wrong, it's always good to have a little CYA going on as to like, no, that's what happened there, especially when a claim comes up.
It's like 4K, like visibility,
Yeah.
Like it's like the 4K quality definition of tracking.
What do the kids say being caught in 4K on social media?
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm not even a kid anymore, unfortunately. Damn.
So
Wish I could take it back.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks, and it's been exciting to learn about a different aspect of the industry. And I know I focused a lot on cargo theft, but that's just it's a growing concern. And
I mean, it's if you ask any broker, any logistics professional, they'll give you a spiel on double brokers right now. So everybody knows I think everybody knows how serious it is, and it's like something's got to change. And if I'm pitching my customer, I mean, one way to add value is to sell them your product. You know what I'm saying? Is like, hey man, I know you trust me, man, but I'm telling you, I see this product out here, and of course I'll let Joe talk pricing on that, but I guarantee you the whatever you're spending versus the price of the freight pales in comparison. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to sell me on price on that point. You know what I'm saying? It's because there's no way you don't meet that value.
Hey, Josh, I want you to know, you and Joe have got to hook up. Josh lives in Chicago too, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, Josh is super amazing. I mean, we weren't live yesterday, but he was co-host yesterday. Josh is a super, super intelligent guy. Absolutely hilarious. You guys would have a ball together. I'm gonna have to hook you two up, man. I don't know where you live at. I don't know where he lives at either in Chicago. Chicagoland's a big fucking area. So, but regardless, you two be able to talk a lot about
Josh,
stuff.
I'm 4 blocks north and 10 blocks west of Wrigley.
Oh, there you go. I forgot. Yes, you live near Wrigley Field. That's right.
Yep.
Man, dude, you're right in the heart of it, man. Right in the freaking heart of it.
Far enough away where no one defiles my lawn or my front yard, but if I had one. But it's still got plenty of restaurants and everything close by.
Close enough to watch it.
Yep. Actually, last year we were able to hear whoever was playing at Wrigley Field from our house.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do they still do the hockey game out there?
I don't know where it's going to be this year, but they just announced St. Louis Blues against the Chicago Blackhawks. I mean, I think this is our 6th one now for the Winter Classic.
I mean, they might as well just keep throwing them in it.
Mm-hmm. He's out in Park Ridge. Yeah, not a too far of a commute for that one. And there's actually some pretty nice places around there. My meet up with my brother lives out in Palatine out there. But I
just want to come up there and just let you take me around. I told you, I want some fucking pizza. I want to go to that beer garden that you told me about, and then I don't know. I just want to go see some historical stuff. I like history shit, and I know you would be able to help me with that, Joe. I don't know why. I just have a feeling, but I have a feeling you'd be able to take me to some cool history stuff there.
I mean, I live 2 blocks from a pretty well-known brewery that actually started to see their products in Wisconsin now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dovetail Brewing, if you're watching. Yeah.
You've talked about them before.
Yeah, I got some contract work for them when I worked for a different brokerage that was located next door. And I managed to broker a deal where I got the really tart cherries they were using in one of their experimental beers. So now if somebody has them around, I'm just like, hey, guess who got the cherries for that? Usually 2 beers. I say that story pretty quick, but yeah. It was a cool little. It's an engineer from DeWalt and a gentleman who's more into agriculture. Met at brewing school in the Seibel Institute in Munich, and now they live a quarter mile from my house. Or that's where the brewery is.
Dude, that's sweet, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I live in a sucky ass place. Fucking town I live in. It sucks. I hate this place. All right. We are about to kick it into Freestyle Friday.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Joe, before we do that, do you have any of GEGO exiting comments, questions, concerns, or updates?
We are launching a promotion this summer, actually a few of them. The one I can talk about is that we are going to start, if you sign up with one of our products and you get the year contract, we're going to give you that 13-month for free. Everyone loves a good discount. That's a good way to, try things out. We're very good about, we want you to love the product. We have 24-hour live customer support. It's through a chat, but it's always good to have people available. And eventually we're going to be working on at least one program where we're going to partner with some 3PLs. Details to be worked out. But if you're a 3PL and you could sell the value of having GEGO so the customer actually has it and you're getting the updates from the customer, I mean, that's win-win. It's less time spent on tracking, more time for you prospecting new customers, which I know is important for everyone right now. Or, fostering a relationship with the carrier. The less, the tedious ops stuff, if we could help responsibly cut the corner in amount of time that you're taking on that one, I mean, that just works out for everyone. Details are still being worked out in that one, so I can't really go into too much detail, but it is a project we're working on. Once I have that, I'll be sure, Logistics Lounge, you guys help me get this job. You guys are going to be one of the first people to know about it.
No, we are going to be the first people to know about it.
Yeah.
Not we will be one of.
You will be the first.
We will be the first.
Yeah.
We'll be the first. We know, hey, I wouldn't say I know the whole company of GEGO, but I know all the important people at GEGO now, and you're now one of them. So there is no reason that we should not get that first freaking update or the first live drop of all of that stuff. The promo that Joe is talking about is the one scrolling across the bottom of the screen. I mean, I really don't know how much more we need to try to beat this into everybody. At this point, GPS tracking is just common fucking sense in this industry. When it comes to your freight, carriers, fleet owners, when it comes to your assets out there, honestly, even if you do a ride share program, there's some people here in my town. They own several different ride share vans. And they contract, man, with the government. They do rideshare stuff. Those folks, if you have any type of assets, you're moving cargo, you need to have all your stuff lined up with GPS tracking. Forget all that cell phone stuff. It's been working for a while, but I mean, GPS has been around since the 80s. There is no reason that why now here in 2024, we should not be using GPS and we're still relying on crappy cell phone tracking when it comes to our freight and then carriers when it comes to your assets and stuff, and even with that, most of them, it's only the trucks. You're not tracking your trailers. Yeah, your trucks are costly, but how much does a trailer cost you? That's 20, 30, 40, 60, 70 grand, depending on whether you're buying them new or used, Yeah. I mean, even we can even go out there and go as far as Amazon Prime contractors, same thing. How are y'all tracking your equipment out there? You know what I mean? Like even Amazon. I know Amazon. They have the little fancy tablets. It's all cell phone based stuff. You know what I mean? So It sucks that one of the people that were commenting couldn't come on because they worked at Amazon and they could attest to that. So GEGO, man, I freaking love it. I like GEGO. They're super cool, man. I think it's a no brainer. Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm enjoying being not in freight, but as you said, touching freight.
Yeah. Well, you got
the same contacts.
Yeah. And man, with the GEGO stuff, bro, there is so many different ways to implement it, man. Just across so many different industries. And you talked about going to that Freight Dev conference and stuff like that. There's a ton of shows and stuff that you could go to with these things, man. That are focused around shippers and even brokers. I mean, I'll even throw a plug here, even though it's, not for this, but even things like Broker Carrier Summit, man. You know what I mean? For you guys to be able to talk at places like this and interact with people that are out there and show what you got and show the importance of it, then, this thing's got endless implications on it, man.
And you think about stuff too, like fine art would be a great application for it.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you're shipping that up.
I'm about to ship my Picasso out next week. I need to get Hunter to send me my GEGO tracker back because I got to send my Picasso out next week.
I'll send you my dogs playing poker in response. But like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into like if you're moving a symphony orchestra as like instruments. I mean, yes, you need temperature and other stuff that I worry about too. But like, there's you need to know where that stuff is. That stuff's irreplaceable.
Yeah, if you got money out there, man, you need to be tracking where your money's at. Period.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't sit here and just I keep my money on a tab on my screen every day to remind me what I got to do. You know, so.
Yep.
I mean,
I got a gentleman from my soon-to-be former jiu-jitsu gym. Nothing wrong, just wanted to change before anyone. Sorry, there's sometimes politics involved with that stuff, but he works for a civilian defense company. So he teaches people, firearm safety, firearms handling, personal safety, some other things too, knife defense, etc. So when he goes to a show and, he's going to do a seminar, let's just say Minneapolis. Well, he has a permit and everything to move all his, we'll call them cordless hole punchers. You might like that one.
Punchers. Oh,
but those don't go on a regular carousel rack. You need to know exactly where those are in the airport at all times. That's how we got our start, is luggage tracking. So if that's what you're doing, I have no judgment on it whatsoever. I want you to know where that is at all times. And if that's something you're looking to do, please reach out to me as well.
Hell yeah. Joe Daniel, GEGO. Joe, what's the email for you, bro?
I got it in my signature now. jdaniel@gego.io.
There you go. There you go. That's it.
Yep.
But I don't fucking know. Wherever the fucking. So there's somewhere.
Yep.
All right. Freestyle Friday. Chase, man, you ain't said barely shit. When do you have to go?
I don't have to, man. I feel like Joe said plenty. I love it, man. I love being on here. I get to listen to you two. I kind of been getting washed away by y'all going back and forth. That's how I know it's a good show.
I know, man. I mean, that's why I'm asking. When do you have to go, Chase?
Probably here shortly. Probably about here. I could probably cut out here in probably 10-15.
Okay, well, cool. It's how do you say your name? Is it Chase Kinnaman? Is that it?
Kinnaman, yeah. Cinnamon with a K. Yep.
Cinnamon with the K. Oh my fucking gosh, bro. That's it, bro. Every time
sugar, spice, everything nice.
Every time I talk to you now, your name to me now is Cinnamon.
Yeah. Oh God, if he's back on here, you either need
Chase Cinnabon.
Oh, what are you about to say?
I'm the only one too. Actually, no. I think we looked it up the other day. I looked up when I was younger. I'm the only Chase Kinnaman. I think we looked it up the other day, and I think there's another one out there somewhere. He's gotta go. Can't have that. I don't share my names with people. I'm not used to that.
Bro,
you should play either Neil Young or Type O Negative covering Cinnamon Girl.
Now, I'm really about the Super Bass by Nicki Minaj. That's really my song. If you guys know it, sing along.
Dude, Joe, you got to go follow Chase. I don't know if you're on X or anything or TikTok, Joe, but Chase makes some fucking hilarious gifts, or I don't even know what the fuck you go, reels, short.
They're just memes. I just call them memes.
I don't know, dude. Like, man, crap. I need to. The one you made for this show, bro, of the guy booty bumping man to the oh crap! Now I forgot the Yin Yang Twins song. Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah, no, that the Look at Me Now by Chris Brown.
Oh, Look at Me Now. Yeah. That's what it was. I said Yin Yang Twins.
Yeah.
That was Stan from American Dad in a mocap suit.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the twerking American Dad. Yeah, no, that's my style, dude.
I don't know where the hell Chase gets this shit from, man, but like his stuff cracks me the fuck up like every time, and I'm like, man, I am surprised his work does not say, hey, listen, man, you need to take our name out of this stuff.
No, they did the previous place. Yeah, no, I had to like put in my title Like these are my thoughts and representations. But that's the beauty of where I work now, man. I kind of get to do my own thing, be my own person, and that's kind of made the transition. Like Joe, he sounds like he's made a seamless transition. I kind of had that same experience, man. That's why you reach out to people on LinkedIn and you make these connections for life. Like Joe, we've talked here and there for almost, we're going on a year now, right?
Something like that.
It's somewhere around about a year now that we've been kind of shooting it. And no, like if I ever get up there with you, I'm going to a jiu-jitsu class with you because I just want to find out. I want to see what it's all about.
See
And
what
you
you have
show
to
me
take
the
to be
ropes.
an ultimate fighter.
Exactly. Yeah. You see this, man? I don't know if you ever seen it. What's that? Mortal Kombat.
Hey, I want one of those fucking hats, Chase. I'm serious.
Yeah, let's talk to Nick. I can get you one. Nick said there's a whole closet full of them.
You put me and Nick in a DM, and I'm gonna harass the shit out of that guy till I get one.
Yeah, I got this shipped out to me in a day, man. You don't gotta harass him. It was a day. It was here.
So, Chase, can we call you Kung Lao Kinnaman now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're gonna like this. My first kickboxing instructor, Caitlin Zamir Agrin, was the mocap for Katana and Melina in Mortal Kombat 2.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I love Mortal. I used to watch the old movie way back in the day, and that was where it was at
with Christopher Lambert. And yeah, that's the only person I remember out of that.
Man, I couldn't tell you anybody's name. I don't recognize any of them. You can put them right in front of me and I'd be like, I don't know. But
yeah,
even if that was their only movie, they killed it.
Yeah. No, it's kind of funny. Hang on a sec. Cool. Ignacio says hi to both of you. Sorry, I was just making sure I hit all my talking points and didn't miss anything. Still in that awkward phase where I want to impress the heck out of everyone. Anyway, no, I had a good time there. There was actually a UFC, the heavyweight champ trained at our gym when I first started.
Jesus.
And I bounced around a little bit and found a new place. If you guys had heard the song, I was introduced by a band called Tool, and the owner and I are both super fans. So we instantly got along.
So is my older brother. I think we talked about that. I was like, yeah, you and my brother hit it off very, very well. Yep. Very, very well. You guys would talk Tool. Man, we went to a Tool concert, and I'm like, why does this guy stand off to the side? Like, perform for me, brother. Mm-hmm. And that's not his style. And he explained that to me, and he likes the band to be in front. And I'm like, man, I don't know about all that. But I love metal. It's a little different for my taste, though.
It's there's a video back when he used to be out front and a fan right on stage. Back to jiu-jitsu, he hip tossed the guy, put him in a chokehold while holding the microphone in his other hand and kept singing the song.
Yeah. No, see, that makes sense. I think he told me that same story or something else. But man, I was just like, when I went to see him perform, I was like, this is cool. It's such a cool performance. If you haven't been, like, it's definitely worth seeing. Even if you're not a fan of the music, it's kind of like theater almost, the way it is all put together.
You said metal. Who do you listen to?
I'm Bring Me the Horizon. I'm basically, think of somebody who listens to Blink-182 too much, and like that's what I am.
Okay. I'm off to see Gojira and Korn in about 3.5 months.
Yeah, pop punk. I love the punk goes pop.
I officially hate you, Joe.
What? That I'm going to that?
That you're going to see Korn.
Yep.
Fuck you, man.
You just got to drive north here. There's a lot of Korn.
Well, I don't know. I love Korn, dude. They came out during when I was a teenager, man, and I remember when their stuff dropped, and they were up there with Marilyn Manson as far as like the controversy out there that was with them. When they were out, they were pretty hard for the genre they came out with, which was supposed to be alternative and stuff. And man, Korn was hot, and I banged the hell out of some Korn, man. And I follow them on their socials, and whoever does their media does a pretty good job. And I've said this for a very long time that I think Jonathan Davis, who is the lead singer of Korn, is one of the greatest vocalists of my generation. And you could say, oh, well, he's, he sings metal or rock, whatever you say. But if you listen to Jonathan Davis's vocal tunes and ranges when he sings a song, it's freaking crazy, man. Like, that guy has got a hell of a vocal range, like absolutely disgusting. Yes, I know you only like 90s R&B. Yeah, that is. It's all she listens to every time we gotta get around my wife or in a car. I freaking feel like, never mind. That's not appropriate for this show.
Let's get it on.
Oh, now we're driving.
Yeah, I've been feeling tried, baby. Trying to hold back these feelings for so long.
Robert, how far are you from Woodlands?
About 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 45 minutes.
October 20th.
Huh?
October 20th.
That's when, are you going to be in the Woodlands?
No, that's when Korn and Gojira are going to be there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then the 21st they'll be in San Antonio.
I'm about the same from both. Yeah, I'm gonna look him up. Fucking Jeff, what's up, my brother Jeff?
What is happening, gentlemen?
Man, I am so glad you were able to pop in, man. How's your evening going?
It is going to be a lot better when I get off this show. No, just kidding.
Mine too, though. Mine too. We're about to have a lot of fun.
Oh man,
What is happening, my brother?
Oh, hey, bro, man, we were waiting on you, Jeff. That's what it is.
Well, thanks for the wait.
I love that shirt, dude. Are they pearl snaps?
No, I'm not that rich yet, but I'll let you know when I do get that.
Sweet. I do love that shirt, though,
the
man.
facial hair game at this point.
I dig it. I dig that shirt, Jeff.
I started growing it at the beginning of this week, so it's not bad.
The sad thing about you, Jeff, is that if you shave that shit off, bro, nobody would know who you are. You could walk into any room.
He could walk right into a classroom and be like, I'm Mr. Dickinson. Nice to meet you. I'm your new teacher today. That's exactly what I would see. If you shaved the mustache, I would be like, that is my social studies teacher. Like way back in the day.
You mean if I just did this and left the chops there?
I would actually that would be, there's something
that look like a shop teacher
about innovation too.
Yeah, I definitely would look like a shop teacher, that's for sure. Hey kids, this is the way you cut off your fingers. Follow me.
Jeff, I don't know.
Now I need 8 of you to help me pass out the
Jeff, I don't know if you meant to do it, but your facial hair has become your brand.
Oh, I know hey, look, here's my brand, man.
Exactly.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
You just need to put the mustache on a t-shirt because it's gotta be.
I'm just waiting for my hey, look. Here's proof. I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, sweet, dude. Hell yeah.
Nice.
There you go, right? Yeah, I got it trademarked.
June 12th, too, 2 days ago. That's that stuff.
No, it's been in the works since October last year.
Yeah. I know it takes a minute to get anything like that going. I mean,
hey Jeff, I wanna talk to you about that, man. Yeah, we are going to do that. But I got a couple questions for you, man, because I've got several attorneys that can trademark stuff for us, but I'm getting conflicting stuff, not in a bad way, but just in a okay, I can either spend X amount of money or I can spend XXXX amount of money. And so, let
me ask you this, Pedro. What is the trademark for? What is it going to represent?
Well, we want to trademark the Logistics Lounge logo, the microphone. We want to trademark the Only Freight, and we also want to trademark no one can see it. I could pull everyone, but the background to our thing here. So we just got a few things, but that's it, man. Just our logo, and then I want I want to copyright our name as well, because there's some other people out there that like groups and stuff that have our name, but yeah. So, but
Well,
Trey,
here's the thing, right? So the Bodacious Cowboy brand is for merch, right?
yeah.
So I've got that strictly for shirts, hats, whatever I want to do on the retail side, right? Now, as far as a logo is concerned, did you use Canva to create that logo?
No.
That was done by a professional, so there's a one of a kind, no others exist.
No, that Hunter created it. I don't know a platform he used that, but he created 100% himself. Like all the colors, the themes, the icon, the text, all of it was created by Hunter.
Yeah, because they're going to rip into that like unbelievable. It's just like my other one for my business, which is this. You know, I couldn't say fuck yeah because you know, people get upset.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've got the hats, I've got the mouse pad, I've got coffee cups, you know, but I haven't trademarked it because who's going to steal that thing? You know, I mean, it is what it is. But this thing, it sucks because, you know, it's like you have to trim it. You have to, everybody knows me by it. You know, like you said, if I went into some place, they'd walk by me. They wouldn't even know it was me.
They wouldn't. Absolutely.
You know? So my wife is pissed at me because she wants me to save it. She's like, Jesus Christ, man, you're aging yourself. You know, you cut that thing off, you'll look like you're 45, maybe 48 years old, you know, and it's just like, hey, deal with it.
I'm in that same boat, man. Yep, me too.
Listen to Chase.
It ain't going nowhere. Tell him, Jeff, it ain't going nowhere.
It ain't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Where it's just a bitch. You know, you got to go. I got to go to a mustache groomer kind of thing that does it. I mean, it's not up where it is, but this baby really gets up there high. You know, but it can get out of shape. It's a pain in the ass, to be perfectly honest with you. But you know what? It's just it's a brand. You know, it's for the younger generation, so they know who I am. You know, it's just. I just do it. I don't need to do it, but
You're really missing a sponsorship opportunity with like either a beard oil company or mustache wax.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You are. He's right, Jeff. You for real are, dude. Like, yes, yeah. You you should get like a beard company on your show.
Right, I've got the wings and everything like that. You know, true handlebar. You know, but it's a pain in the ass. I'll be honest with you. But I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
I can't think of the name of the show now, but it's on HBO and John Cena is in it and he plays a superhero. He plays the character from
Peacemaker.
Huh?
Peacemaker.
Yes. You know when the Peacemaker comes on, it does that eagle. It's like, oh, that should be John.
No, that ain't me.
yeah, exactly.
We all agree that intro is one of the best for a superhero movie.
Yes.
The whole TikTok dance stuff to Wigwams. Do you want to taste it?
Bro, if you watch the show is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
The show
that's where I'm like, Deadpool is the one who wins that.
Oh, yeah, Deadpool.
I'm not saying he's the best, like, super. It's just, if you haven't seen what we're talking about, Chase, have you seen it?
No,
you've got to go watch the show on HBO Max, man. It is John. It's fucking crazy. It's
I love John Cena too. I do.
Dude, he plays a really good the character he plays the show. It is absolutely amazing. It's funny. It's action packed. That's good shit, man. You got to go find that show.
Yeah, I will. I got HBO Max too. We'll have to turn that on tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, Deadpool 3 comes out in 42 days.
So excited.
That's sad that you know that.
The two things I'm most excited
on
for.
my left shoulder blade. Of course I know.
The two things I'm most excited for, just life in general, is NCAA football 25. Give me some of that. I just need it back. And then, you know, just No, I don't even know. I'm too old now. I'm 29 now. I forget where I'm talking mid
Jesus,
conversation.
God, man, you are old. You're freaking.
I know. Jeff, I know, man. I know.
Jeff,
Man.
Jeff, fucking, hey, this is the running joke on the show here. Jeff, his logistics social security number is 2. The number 1 is Jesus. So
Hey, you know what?
Jesus, the
And
freight
this
broker.
is a fact. You know the Pyramid of Giza?
yeah.
I fucking built that son of a bitch, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine Jesus like
You know,
I just want to know.
you know those 80,000 ton freaking blocks? I fucking put them there.
I just thought Jesus is a freight broker, and sorry to go blasphemous. It's like, oh crap, we don't have a liquor license. Jesus, turn it all back to water.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, I gotta plug our good friend.
Oh, I can't wait till I get my hat from freaking Steven. He's gonna send me a hat and a shirt.
Nice.
Anybody out there that wants to learn, check him out, join, become a member. Good stuff.
Hey, let's not glance over that so quickly, Jeff. That hat that Jeff just pulled up, our great friend Steven Mr. Dot Tittle, with Gateway Logistics. He has started a site. It is called Freight School. Guys and gals out there, just go Google Freight School, just like it's written right there on that hat. Like Jeff said, y'all join that. Go in there. There are people from across this industry that are in there. Jeff's in there. I'm in there. Chase, are you in there? I think you're in. Are you not? Maybe not. But there's a ton of folks. Stephen Tittle, Jeff Dickinson, Bill Robinson, Monica Thornton is in there. Just a lot of people from across this industry, shippers, brokers, carriers, insurance people, a lot of great minds, people with tons of experience. You know, Jeff, I would be hard pressed for us to come up with a number of years of the level of experience totality that is in the fucking freight school. Yes, if you're in logistics, you need to go.
It's over 1,000 years, man.
Yeah, yes, Claudia. He is vetting them. We had one person slip through that nobody knew how they got in, but they made one post and Steven had them down in like 2 freaking minutes. Like seriously. But yes, they're all vetted people. Everyone, I think you have to like connect your social media account to it, answer questions, stuff like that. It's a great place.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, not to steal your thunder.
No, go ahead, brother.
But there's absolutely no room for bullshit there. None. Zero. It's people sharing knowledge, helping people, connecting, collaborating, asking pertinent questions, and they're getting answered by experts that are in that specific field, that niche, that vertical. Myself, Pedro, Bill Robinson, we don't know it all. We don't pretend to be and if we can't answer it, there's somebody else there that can, and that's what makes it unique. So, like Pedro said, look up Freight School, join it. Steve's a great guy. He's a good friend, and you'll be happy you did that.
Man, shit, I'm about to pull this up right now, man. I mean, we're
fucking do that.
We're talking about this shit. I'm just gonna pull it up. Boom, there it is right there. Look.
There you go.
Yeah, Bill, Kenneth Carpenter, there's Steven right there, Mr. Dot, Ed Burns, Mario, Melissa. I mean, there's just a ton of people in here. And Steven has it broke down. You can see there's general discussion.
Look, yeah, but hold on a second. Point out under Freight School, look how many members, 182 already.
Yeah, 182. And he's not even promoting it. This is just like Jeff, me, like the folks that are in there, just kind of inviting people that we think, and not to sound stuck up, but inviting people we think are worthy to be a part of the group. Because this isn't some social media experiment. This isn't a place for a bunch of idiots to come in. This really is a school. It's for people to post things, ask questions. comment and learn from other folks, in this industry. I mean, you can see, some of the posts here, broker carrier tension post, shippers are becoming brokers. This is Steven promoting the new hats and shirts, which I was fortunate enough to win one this month because I was on top of the leaderboard. Look, there was I only won one, which I'm kind of sad, is because Bill already has a shirt.
That son of a bitch steals everybody's thunder, man.
No, he fucking does, doesn't he, man? Little shithead.
Bill's a good friend. We talk often. So
Bill,
he knows that I'm kidding around. So
hey, Jeff, next Wednesday we have a show that's going to drop that we're going to redo it live. Because it's so amazing. But Bill was on a show with us with Dan Artave. He is a lawyer that fights freight guards against carriers.
Yep.
And yeah, so be on the lookout next Wednesday. Be on the lookout for that show, Jeff. You're going to love that one. Bill was on there. But point is y'all can see it's broke down into all kinds of different genres: brokers, carriers, warehousing, and freight. And you could start your own groups, if you're a dispatcher and you can make it through the vetting process and you can prove that you're a legal entity and stuff. Hey, come in there. Maybe you could start a group, man. This is for everybody in this industry to come together and talk, share opinions, education, information, situations, and for all of us to get better. Y'all see it right here. Freight School. Make sure y'all go search it and see if you can join to get in. It is absolutely a blast to be a part of. I really enjoy it, Jeff. I do.
I do too. It's just like, I was in number one spot for a long time. I was like number 2 or 3 that got invited into that by Steve. And then I just got busy with work. I mean, I'm not complaining. In this market, I am happier than a pig in shit that I am busier than hell. But, trying to balance everything and add, I apologize to Steve the other day. I was like, Steve, man, I'm really sorry, but I just couldn't be in there as much as I was in the beginning. But I plan to get back in it when things start evening it out. It's just I needed to ramp up with my business and new customers coming on board. And when it starts on a down slope a little bit and starts balancing it out, then I'll get back on. But other good stuff that is happening too. And Pedro and I will talk about it, but we might be doing something together there, Pedro, for the Broker Carrier Summit. So more to come on that side.
Whatever. Oh shit, that was the wrong pipe. Whatever you. Well, I wouldn't say whatever you think you're going to tell me. I already know because I can't say that because I may not be inclined. But I know a lot more than you may think about what's happening at the Broker Carrier Summit in October.
There's a lot of stuff.
I'm just saying, even I know some shit that you don't know, and you know some shit that I don't know. So when we both get there and we're like, hey, Rob, check this out. And I'm like, hey, Jeff, check this out. We're both like, fuck you, Jeff. Fuck you, Rob.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I back up Dan and what he's doing 100%. Dan's going to be on my podcast soon. And we're going to be talking Broker Carrier Summit, also, empowering women into logistics as well. A lot of other different things that are definitely burning and turning, man. Things are going to happen. Dan's going to do very well. So
I agree, man. Especially since now that he has sorry, man, I'm typing over here in this fucking private chat. Especially now that he's sold shit. Now I can't even remember the name of his logistics company.
Linkage Logistics.
Thank you, Linkage. Now that he's sold them and he's solely focusing on Broker Carrier Summit, him being able to dedicate all of his time to that, it's really going to be able to help up the game. I'm not going to give anything away here that Dan may have said to myself or you in confidence, but he had told us that he was thinking about doing that, selling off his logistics company and focusing 100% on Broker Carrier Summit. and gave us some reasons why, and gave us some examples of why he wants to do it and how it's going to allow him to take the summit to the next level. And I'm excited, man. You guys invited, or say you guys, you and Dan invited us to the summit in April. Just unfortunately, Hunter and I had to go to Matt's, and all the travel and the money and stuff that to take to do that, we just weren't able to make it happen. However, we're so fucking excited, man, that we get to be a part of the one in October. Even more so that dang it, man, I'm sorry, that thing went down the wrong pipe and it's messing with me. Even more so that we're going to get to be a part of the media there at the summit. And for people that don't know why that is an important thing at the summit, is because Dan's whole deal with the Broker Care Summit is to not make it a pandering event. He doesn't want people there fucking selling their products.
Nope.
He doesn't want people there selling their services. That's not it. He's glad you want to sponsor the event. That's fine, but you can't go there and sell your stuff. Nope. But, he wants it to be all about, brokers, carriers, and shippers as well. Even though it's not in the name, shippers are welcome here.
It's about the engagement. It's about the collaboration. It's about the misunderstandings. It's about understanding how each other really truly works and what they expect from each other, because they're so far apart. And there's no need to be. I mean, this has been going on for decades. This isn't something that's new and just happened to blossom out there. Dan came up with a great idea. It's well overdue. It should have been done years ago. And, look, we're all, Rob and myself, amongst other people, and Dale, Prax as well, we want to get rid of the bad guys, man. We want to thin the crowd out. Put the ethical brokers and carriers up here on the plateau and just bury the shit out of the bad guys, the bad brokers, the bad carriers out there, because they give everybody a bad name, and we work hard, for what we do, and we make a decent living. I'm just being honest, we make a very good, decent living, but we know our value. It's unfortunately that the carriers and other brokers out there don't know what value is, and they put profits before service, and it should not be that way. I am not that type of broker. I don't even consider myself a broker. I'm more of an LSP, shipper turn logistics service provider, because I understand that kind of stuff, and that's what I want to try to help people to understand, to gain that knowledge, to share that critical knowledge, so that people can work less and make more, and that's the whole thing. And I'm starting to do it right now. I get DMs. You probably get DMs too, Rob, from these carriers and brokers out there saying, hey, if you need help moving freight, I've got this. Well, guess what, guys? If you continue to send that bullshit to me, I'm putting your name out there on LinkedIn, because that's telling me that your senior leadership there, the leaders that overlook what you're doing on a daily basis down in entrenchments, they don't know what the hell they're doing. Okay, they do, and they want to double broker. So I'm going to make it well known out there, because I don't tolerate that shit. Because on the shipper side, they try to do it to me there. I stopped it dead in its tracks, and now I'm on their side. They're doomed. I mean, Dale knows that too. Rob knows that too. So
yeah, no. Everything you said, seconded. And I'm not saying this just because we're a part of this. If you're a follower of the lounge here, you know that Hunter and myself, we do not represent, promote, talk about anyone in a good light that we don't 1,000% believe in, and it's not something that we're 100% behind. We're not fucking sellouts. We don't do that stuff. Money is great, but that's and to us, that's not what totally makes the world go round.
Right.
This October, Jeff, you and I will talk in the backstage, because again, you're real deep into this, and I'm real deep into this. I just don't know how much we both know about it, but there are going to be some people at the Broker Carrier Summit that everyone is going to want to see. And I don't know how to hype that up anymore without like jumping out of my fucking seat and going crazy and getting excited. But when I tell you there is going to be people at this summit that they're not even going to be announced as attendees on the summit website. That's how important and secretive some of these people are. And this is not me playing it up. Jeff, by you shaking your head, I think you already fucking know what I'm talking about. This one in October in Fort Worth is going to be crazy. The Logistics Lounge,
Crazy good.
Yes, crazy good. The Logistics Lounge, Nate Johnson and Robert Bain with GLG, whatever.
Yes, GLC.
Thank you, man. Thank you. My brain was going. Nate Johnson, Robert Bain, Trey Griggs with Beta Consulting, Jeff Dickinson. We are all going to be doing some incredible interviews and interactions with people live there. We're all going to be speaking, and some amazing things are really going to happen at this with Jeff. And it makes me even more excited. And Hunter and I, and I'm speaking for Hunter now because he's sick. You know, y'all don't know yet, but Hunter got the vid. So yeah, Hunter got the vid. So he's been sick. Y'all will actually see shows that drop next week. We had some guest co-hosts. But that's the reason you guys don't see Hunter today, and the shows to drop next week. You will not see Hunter in those as well, because he is sick. He is in bed, and we are wishing him all
Get better, Hunter.
He really is, Jeff. He's sick as fuck, dude. I'm gonna put it out here right now before Hunter puts me on blast. This is how sick he is and how worried it got me. Hunter and I, we talk every single day, Jeff. 5, 10, 20 times a day. I mean, all day throughout the day. Hunter I hadn't heard from Hunter in over 24 hours. I had texted him. I had called him. Bill Robinson fucking DM'd me. John Brewer DM'd me and said, hey, dude, I can't get in touch with Hunter. What's going on? Oh, man. I freaking DM'd Hunter's mom on Facebook.
Oh no!
Yes, dude. Yes,
oh,
yes.
No.
I'm that guy, bro. I'm that guy. I DM'd his mom and said, "Hey, I'm not trying to worry you." I was like, I haven't heard from Hunter in 24 hours. Like,
that's what good friends do, man.
Yeah, like that him and I talk all the time. Yeah. I've had other people reach out to me. They can't reach him. We know that he's really sick. Like, just can you let us know if he's okay? And about an hour and a half later, Hunter texts me. He's like, "I'm fucking alive, Rob."
That's him.
Hunter, if you're hearing us, I was worried about you too.
Yeah,
Joe, he got that at the truck show, I bet, where he went down there. That's probably where he got it.
No, he got it from his mom. His mom had told me she did, and she was gone or something. I don't know whatever it was, but Hunter went to her house and she wasn't there. She was in the bedroom or something. And he's like, man, I hope I don't catch this. I got to go over here and I have to do this. And fucking lo and behold, he went to the Nashville Transportation Club golf event on Monday, felt fine, woke up Tuesday morning and felt like he was an inch from death. To bring this all back around, complete fucking trail off, Broker Carrier Summit in October. Seriously, there's going to be some crazy, amazing people there that are not going to be announced. This is not a way to get people to buy tickets.
I'm backing Rob up. Nope.
This is just saying that the Broker Carrier Summit is and I feel like I can say we now because we have officially been welcomed into the family on the back end of it. Dan Lindsay and Jeff and Trey and Dale Prax and us, Nate Johnson, Robert Bain, all of us, they're involved with promoting this and doing media for it and interviewing people, really want this to be the event in our industry. Everyone goes to fucking Freight Waves and all these other things, and that's great. You get to do moving and shaking there and talk with all these great people, but The Broker Care Summit is about sitting down. It's the lounge of logistic events. That's what the fuck it is.
That's what it is.
It's the logistics
that's
lounge of event. That's what it is, bro.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
man.
I agree. And you
Yeah.
know what? And I'm telling you wholeheartedly, like Rob said, I'm not trying to get you to go because of what we're saying, but this is an event unlike any other event that you've ever gone to. I can tell you that right now. The engagement and everything that we spoke about earlier, it's a fact. You will not believe what goes on until you go there and see for yourself. And there's not one individual out of 370 something people that showed up for the second one. Now, mind you, the first one, they had about 75 people. The second one went up to 225 people. The third one went up to 370. So just look at the way that it's growing. The momentum is building up. We're going to have hundreds and hundreds of people down in Fort Worth, the 23rd and 25th of October, and it'll be probably around 600 or 700. That's what I'm thinking right now. And we're only in the beginning stages, and we've built it up that fast. So you can check it out. Just, the agenda, the speaker, the list, everything. Go to brokercarriersummit.com and look up at the agenda. And you can look at the sponsors too, And don't worry, I tell you, just like Bob, nobody's selling. They're sponsoring, but nobody's going to. Will they share cards? Of course, everybody shares fucking cards. But the other thing is they're not going to be selling or all this other kind of stuff. That's not what it's about.
The only booth that you gotta pray that you make it by is the media booth.
That's it. I was just about to say that. Absolutely.
That's the only booth.
Absolutely. And we know who we're going to be targeting to pull them in when they don't realize they're getting pulled in. We'll put you out there.
I can't wait, man. I mean, first off, Jeff, it's going to be, I've met Dan. So like I've met and got to chill with Dan at Matt's.
Yep.
I've never met. I got to meet Dale at Matt's, but only for a minute. So like I'm excited about the event itself, but I'm really excited about like meeting some of the people I haven't got to meet and spending more intimate time with, Dan and I, we got
going to bed with you, dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean, motherfucker. Shit, Jesus Lord, man, come on. It's going to be fun, man. It really is.
It is.
I'm excited. I am too, man. It's going to be fun. And Joe, that's why I was telling you, man. Even though like it's not a space to sell and stuff, man, there's a lot of people that go there, a lot of movers and shakers, and a lot of things. I have heard from people that have attended there that they went there and left making business deals just out of conversations that people had and stuff there, man. There's a lot of folks that go to it, man. A lot of people, man.
Claudia, what are you doing on October 23rd and 25th? You want to come down?
Hold on, Jeff. Hey, Sage, if you want to come on, man, let me know where to shoot you a link. I'll shoot you a link, man. You can live stream it.
Really quick, I did want to say something about a broker summit. Broker carrier summit.
Yeah.
I mean, shit's getting exacerbated daily on social media about like the tension, the hatred between both parties.
Absolutely.
And the only people that are really benefiting from it are like the end user customers who are, trying to make sure that the shipping costs are as low as possible.
Sure.
Meanwhile, you got brokers and truck companies that are going out of business left and right. So sounds like a great idea. You guys get together, kind of brainstorm and right the ship that has been going the wrong direction for a while.
Absolutely. And I just want to put it out there. And I emphatically say that this event is not a bro show. It is not a bro show. There's a ton of women that go to this. We interact with each other. We share knowledge. We gain knowledge. It's great. So whoever thinks that it's a bro show and that is a bunch of crap, we know who you are. Unless you go there and see it for yourself, you will change your mind immediately because it will just blow you away.
Okay.
Yep. So Claudia, are you gonna come down or what?
But I'm literally look at me right now. I'm like clicking on the buttons. I'm clicking on the buttons at this moment.
You need
So-
to.
You're going in the website right now.
Yeah.
There you go.
You need to tell your boss.
So here's
Live,
the thing.
folks. Live right here on the Logistics
How do
Lounge.
I? So the thing is, like, so I work for both a brokerage and a carrier.
Sure.
So it asks me which one I am.
You're
I
in
put other-
How do you feel? How do you feel in your heart? Which one you are?
I feel in my heart I'm a fucking scuba diving instructor. That's what I feel like.
Hey, Claudia. Hey, hold on. Hey,
So
Claudia.
that means you can handle pressure well.
I can, as a matter of fact.
No,
Down
that
at
means
least
she
42
dives into
meters.
both carriers and brokers.
Hey, hey, Claudia, if you're gonna buy it, we want you to come, but let Jeff or I get you a code to get money
Yes.
off.
Yeah.
Jeff and I can get you a code to get you a pretty good percentage off of that. So give us.
So check it out first.
Yeah.
And let us know if you really want to go. And then
Yeah,
we'll get
no,
something.
I'm legit. Like, I have been wanting to go since his first one. That wasn't. He had one
Nice.
in what was it, like Ohio or some fucking shit, like up there
in Indianapolis.
in the middle of the world. That I'm like, I don't know. It's the lake area of the country. That whole section. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's where he started. And I wanted to go to that one. Didn't get it. I thought I was going to get to Kansas City. And that just didn't work out for me. So like I'm working at getting there. And you know, at this point, send me the code. I'm gonna register. And if I don't get like, I'm just gonna register and go. And you know, we'll see. If I get fired, maybe I'll find a job while I'm there. Let's do it.
Oh, you will.
I'm not going to find a job, by the way. Like that's not
Not
the inclination.
I cannot remember his name, but your boss would he would love for you to go to this. Like it would be a great thing, especially you guys being both carrier and brokerage, and a lot of the stuff you're about, Claudia, the freight fraud stuff. I mean, Dale's going to be there. I mean, like Dale is like the leading fucking fraud guy in our industry right now.
Yes,
so
he is.
and I'm telling you, and again, I just want to say, there's going to be some very important people at this event. So if you're going to go to one, this is the one that you want to go to. I am serious as a freaking heart attack. Sage, what's up, bro?
What's going on, brother? I need to live stream it. I need you guys to set up a huge 80-inch TV set, and then I'll live stream my whole thing from my house right to the screen. That's what I need. Dude, need you guys set up like an 85-inch TV set, and then I'll do a whole show for you.
Dude,
talk about some broken carrier stuff.
Where are you at right now? Are you in the house or what?
I'm in we have an outside building that we set up as like, you know, just kind of hanging out place. Got a little fire pit going here, a little couch going out here, and I'm hanging out outside in the I don't know what the hell it's called, basically. Getaway. It's a getaway. We got to get away from the house sometimes and just chill out here. Well, it's bigger than that. I think it's like 20 by 12 building.
So it's like a finished prison.
Yeah, we cut off pretty much a cell there in this section here. So yeah, it's definitely a prison.
How do you know what prison cell dimensions are? Like where?
Plenty of time.
I interviewed for a company that shipped freight solely to prisons.
Yeah, obviously, you know, and I've spent plenty of time in prison. If you've seen any of my videos or my skits, I've already got just out of prison. Somebody just reported
on Oz. That was a great show.
Thank you. I'm out of the wheelchair now, but that was I'm good.
Sage, I want to say that video. Yeah. Hey, all right. So first of all, if any of y'all don't know Sage that are watching, or those y'all on screen, Sage is a broker. He specializes in OD freight, like massive overdimensional freight. I mean, shit where they shut down interstates and stuff for.
Yeah, we do.
But also Sage is an internet personality, a content creator, does some amazing stuff. Anyway, brother, dude, when you made that video earlier of you mowing the yard in a prison jumpsuit,
Yeah, yeah. So I went out and just to kind of keep the neighbors on their toes, I went out and mowed my lawn in a prison jumpsuit. Did a little, weed whacking.
That's great.
I've got some shackles coming, so I'm gonna do the next one with some shackles and a weed whacker. I think that'll roll.
I like that. You know what? You know what? You should find somebody that has like a white school bus, and then walk out of it, and then
And then somebody in a Super Troopers costume with mirrored sunglasses.
yeah, that's it.
Well, I got a buddy that's a cop, and I'm gonna see if I can talk him into chasing me down the road. I'm gonna run, and he's gonna be behind me. You'll see me running down the road, and then you'll just see the cop car with sirens for a couple feet running down the road. So I'm
Yeah,
thinking
I mean,
about
just think about having a white bus and have your friend, a cop, with a sawed-off shotgun or something that walks out first, looks left, looks right, and then waves you out. You come out with the shackles on and your jail uniform, grab the lawnmower, and he follows behind you.
Yeah, because I think I'm gonna put Maine Broker Rip Prison on the back, so that'll be probably the prison I'm going to is Broker Rip, Broker Rip, Maine. So I think that's the one I'll do.
Not Leavenworth.
No, not that one, but no, like I
Dude,
said,
there's
so
a guy
I,
with a high school with in Leavenworth right now.
Get out.
No shit. It's
No,
fucking weird.
wow, man, he must have done
Claudia-
something really bad.
Claudia put him there. Claudia put him there. She found out that he was a fucking double broker.
Man, I tell you what, if he was, I'd have put his ass there for sure. My word.
All right. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, for real.
no, but we got I got me and another guy. I do a ton of research, and I got another guy who's really good. And I think he's gonna start doing some investigation into double brokering and stuff too. And
Deal.
he's like
Need more of you guys.
really, really good at research. It's kind of scary good. But then me and another guy are gonna be teaming up to go after some OD customers. So once I get on LinkedIn, I might be posting some of that process.
Hey, how does that go? So when I think about OD, like I'm just like, wow, so that's big shit and it's expensive shit. And the first thing I think about is how expensive those claims are, like the $3 million helicopter shit. So like,
Yeah.
do you have is it like for your customers, do you do like individual policies per piece? Is it like, do you have like a general, or is your cargo coverage just fucking insane? Like, what is that like for
I
you?
love the question.
So, yeah, so basically for me, I've been with the same customer for about 16 years, and they're a huge company. So I'm required, even for all freight, basically, to carry 5 million and 250. So I need
Fuck.
5 million liability and 250 cargo.
As a
And then
writer,
on top of that, that's standard. That's even if I'm loading a legal load of my fall off rate.
yeah,
And then I have to look at, okay, what's this piece worth? What's this worth? And then for the cargo insurance, it bumps up pretty good. I've only had a couple claims because we've got enough people with us with bucket trucks, police, escorts, and we're moving. Yeah, there's a perimeter frame. That one right there was 72 feet long and 14-foot diameter on the ground. So we came in with a steerable perimeter frame for that one, just to make sure we could get it in. Luckily, we did, because we wouldn't have never got it into the receiver. But that's that. I don't have a ton of claims just because we're usually slow moving. We got a ton of escorts. We got police. We got buckets. So we really have a lot of protection. I don't bootleg some of these other guys that are hitting bridges and doing this other stuff. My customer would never allow that.
Yeah. So yeah,
and they-
so you have that
Nice.
sounds to me like, so now you've got like a handful of carriers that are like highly vetted that you've worked with, and that's who you're not like spot boarding all of this shit and like randomly like having to on the fly vet for a same day pickup kind of jazz. This is all like super pre-planned and that kind of thing. Yeah. Or
Yeah, so a lot of the carrier, I've been with the same carriers. Like I'm a brokerage. I'm not the actual. I'm not a broker for anybody else. So I'm the actual brokerage. So I've been doing it for, like I said, 16 years. And so the carriers that have been with me have stayed with me for about 8 years. And I've got a network. Like I don't even have a load board. I don't post my freight.
right.
So the carriers that have stayed with me with the equipment that I just make a call and say, hey, this is what we got. What are you looking at for price? When could you be there? Can we get this type of equipment? Like I explained to someone else too, is like even when I would post a load, my process for looking at a carrier is I don't when they make the let's say I post a load and they say, "Hey, I see this load that you got." My first question to them is, "Okay, what type of equipment are you running?" Because I'm looking at a carrier as what value does that equipment bring to me first, right?
Sure.
So when they call me and I say, "Okay, yeah, I saw this load that you got posted," when I did post, I'm like, "Okay, yeah, what type of equipment are you running?" Like I want to know all about their equipment first, and I
Right.
want them to be able to explain their equipment like they're knowledgeable enough about their equipment, right? Because
Yeah,
that
and if
tells me,
somebody can't, then that you know exactly what that means then.
yeah. So some of the questions I would ask would be like, okay, you have a step deck. Are you running a low pro step deck? What's your deck height? Do you have adjustable ride height in the back? And if they're like, oh, I don't know my deck height. Okay, if you don't know the deck height of your trailer running a low pro step deck, I can't. That's the kind of red flag for me.
That's
I
not gonna
want
work
someone
for me.
to know.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
And
not
then after
knowing if you have a
that,
48 or a 53.
yeah, for even that, you have a 48-53. Okay, what's the deck height? I know guys that can run 9 foot tall on the East Coast legally, or can you run 8'6"? So like that's usually empty weight and then I go into stuff like, okay, what's the footprint of the weight you can handle? Can you take 40,000 pounds in 10 feet? So for me, it's a lot of interviewing about the driver knowledgeable about his own equipment first, and then
Yeah.
that kind of tells me right out, okay, he's knowledgeable, he knows about his equipment, he's taken time to learn his equipment, he knows all these numbers. That's my first step to basically bringing somebody on if I was going to use them. And then I kind of talk to them and say, okay, do you normally do oversize, and what have you done and things like that. So when I come into the conversation, I kind of come in controlling and dominant because I want to know the value of you and your equipment to me. Before we talk about the load, I need to interview you first.
To know,
And that's kind of how I do it.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm working on a monster size heavy haul OD. It's 400,000 pounds moving from Tampa up to Saskatchewan. And like you said, Sage, you're talking about permits, you're talking about, cops, route designs, wires being moved. I mean, you name it.
Yeah, so something like that for me, I would probably look at an aspect of possibly putting that on a barge. To move that for 400,000 pounds on the ground, you're looking at a dual laner, 32 axle trailer,
It's
depending
big.
on what it is. What is it?
No, I'm saying it's big. It's a huge
generator. So the generator. Okay, so perfect. So a lot of times I would probably also look at a possibility of putting that on a barge, so you can take it to a barge location. A barge is probably going to get you there a little bit cheaper to a point where you can then take it off the barge on the other end. So I would kind of look at barging companies and see if you can run it up the rivers. To run a 32 laner from Tampa to Saskatchewan, I mean, you're probably looking somewhere around $15,000 to $20,000 a day just to move something like that.
Wait,
Could
did
be
you
more
say a
depending
day?
on-
Yeah.
Yeah. About 13. It's about
Like, how
probably.
many days is it gonna take?
So it's probably going to take. The problem with that is a lot of times is they'll shut you down to clear traffic. Then you have to meet cops. So run some things like that could take 60 days sometimes. 30 to 60
I
days.
mean, what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like it
we
just
gotta-
cover.
Yeah, we got a rate to move it $382,000.
Jeez.
$318,000. Yeah, so they're probably are they running it right up there on a dual laner?
Yeah.
Who is Diamond taking that or Perkins?
No.
Neither.
No.
Okay.
I hate to interrupt you guys, but I'm gonna bounce. I thank you very much
Hey.
for having me today.
Great connecting, Joe.
Yep.
Thank you,
Claudia, I
Joe.
sent you my
Hey,
email.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, Joe, thanks.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks for coming on, man.
No problem.
Always, dude. We talk all the freaking time through DM, but it's always good to like have a face to face in a sense and hear each other's voice. So thank you for
You
coming
may
on.
change your mind when you open your Amazon package.
And hey, thank you again for
Hey, no problem.
for the fucking awesome bottle of bourbon, bro. I really appreciate it, Joe. You have a good weekend, man.
You do the same. Everyone else have the same. Sage, it was actually nice meeting you, and find me on LinkedIn if you could.
Yeah, actually find me because I'm just learning that LinkedIn thing. So maybe Pedro can hook me up.
Joe, I'll connect you to. And hey, I want to say, Sage you and Joe are kindred spirits. I'll just leave it at that. Like you
I don't know if
guys,
that's, I don't know if that's good or bad. We might have to investigate that. I don't know if that's
I mean,
good or bad.
we are required to stay at least one state apart when we're too alike.
yeah.
That might be good. Yeah, they've actually moved me to Maine. I don't know why. Maybe that's the furthest point they could send me. I don't know. They said it's better you're up here at the tip of Maine near Canada for some reason. I don't know.
Old Brunswick. I like New Brunswick.
Yeah, I'll hook you guys up, Joe. You hey, have a good weekend, man, and we'll we'll talk. I know we'll talk. You know we'll talk.
Yep. Nacho says hello, by the way.
Sweet, bro. Hey, tell him I said what's up.
We'll do. All right. Talk to you guys later.
Bro.
All right. Bye.
Hey, Sage,
So
did you move something with Gary?
I don't think so. Why? What did he say? Did he
I don't
tag
know.
me?
It's on your page. I don't know. It's on your fucking page. I don't know. Maybe you just.
Oh, I
shared
might
it.
have shared something. I might have shared it just to share some stuff because I've been sharing some stuff that I've like. I'm told you I'm learning that LinkedIn thing, man.
Dude, I like.
I'm
Hey,
learning.
Gary Johnson is he's cool as shit, man. We're
Yeah,
trying to
he's
get
a
him
good
on the
guy.
show. He's real hard to get on to get on social media or to get on a show on media. But yeah, I don't know. I saw my thing. I was like, dude, no freaking way you've used Gary to move a load. Like that's so fucking cool, man. He's freaking good people, man.
Yeah,
Gary's
he's good people.
yeah, he fucking is, man.
Yeah, the biggest thing too is the waiting for permits too. So a lot of times you're just waiting before you
Yes.
have everything in hand before you roll down there, and then once you start rolling down there, they start charging you big time.
Well,
But it's a crew usually. It's not it's a whole crew they bring to move this stuff.
definitely.
But
Well, it's also
that's actually not
scheduling,
bad
though.
price to be honest.
Yeah, it's scheduling because you've always got trailing flatbeds that go with the big unit because there's other materials that move with it. So
Right, fall off.
so we've got this 400,000-pound big baby there, and we've got 7 other flatbeds that are going to follow it, so it can meet the crane, it can meet this, everything. I mean, it's not just moving the material itself, but it's getting the techs in there, getting the engineers in there. You know, it's all this timing. Things
Right.
have to get there and be put in place before, you know, like the harnessing and everything that harnesses this big, huge generator that has to be lifted by these massive ass cranes to put into place, that has to be secure and all of that. So it's all about coordination on this. But a lot of people don't realize, oh, heavy haul, I can do this, I can do that. No. It ain't that easy. Not that easy. There's
No,
a lot of moving
I get
pieces.
I get most of my customers. I do a lot of like tall and wide. Like I specialize in round tanks, pressure vessels. That's my specialty, right? That's I work with a company that's got like 400 tank manufacturers. So that's kind of what I do. And so for me, it's like 25 foot tall and 25 foot wide. We just moved one of those. It took like 4 days to go 200 miles. No, 150 miles took 4 days. So, and that was with bucket trucks and escorts and everything. And
Oh, yeah.
it's a lot of knowing what proper equipment to get in there is one, getting the proper price for the proper equipment, and making sure everything's set up with police and escorts and permits and letters of necessity and the paperwork that has to go with it, stating, hey, yeah, we have to move it this big. We can't cut it in half or whatever, and putting all that in place. Then getting that, to roll down the road and then find parking that you can, because you can only make it 20 miles one day. So you better figure out where you can park with a 25-foot tank.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's usually the slow moving of it. I do about, like I said, I do about 65 loads. I do about 65 loads a year for me. And I consider myself partially retired, but I'm going to start hammering out another customer, I think. And I do about 1.5 with 65 loads gross, 1.5. So, but there was times I did 6.8, when I was by myself basically. And when I was rock and rolling, that was my highest year, was 6.8 million.
Nice. But a lot of people don't realize, you have to have the route designs. The route designs isn't done overnight. It takes time for them to do that, to get a secured route.
Yeah.
And then it has to coordinate with not just the local and state police, but you have to meet at the borderline of each state, and they have to do the handoff, and you have to have these escorts with the giant poles on the top of them, that have the signals to let you know well in advance, because a son of a bitch that weighs 400,000 pounds is not going to stop on a dime. It's not going to happen. Even if you have 2 push trucks and 2 pull trucks, it ain't going to happen. I mean, when that baby rolls, it rolls.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what I do. And yeah, I'm coming out of retirement. I was asked to come out of retirement, so
Hey,
Monday morning.
I want to say, everybody be on the lookout next Thursday for our show with truckstop.com.
Nice.
We did a show with Truckstop yesterday. We are going to do a live version of that show. It sucks. We should have done a live version of it yesterday, but yes.
How do you not let me troll the comments with truckstop.com? How do you not do that live?
So I want to, all right, Sage, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
Hunter and I were like, we're going to do some recorded shows. We think it'll allow us to give some of our personal time back. And I want to say, we have done recorded show. We dropped the first recorded shows this week. We've been recording them for 2 weeks. I fucking hate them. I don't like them.
It's hard.
Shut up, Sage. I don't hear none of your bullshit right now. I don't hear none of your bullshit. So anyway, everyone we've had on, we had Bill Robinson, we had John Cantera, we had all of our guests have said, like, dude, your platform has to be live. Like what we do here in the lounge, it is not a recorded thing.
Bro,
it has to be live.
Who goes to a lounge recorded?
Dude, I don't know what we were thinking. Hunter doesn't know it yet, but we're not doing recorded shows no more. He doesn't know it yet, but we're not doing. And I know you said the same thing to a Sage when
I did.
When we talked to a recorded show. Sage was like, no. And hey, but before I forget, bro, I want to get up with you after the show today, just soon.
Okay.
Where I want to talk to you about some productional things and like soundboards and shit like that. I have some elements that I want to add. I've been trying to do some research, but dude, you are like the best guy I know when it comes to this type of stuff with technology and understanding and stuff.
Yeah, how much you want to spend?
I don't know yet because I don't know fully what I want, what I need. But I mean, basically, man, I just want to be able to do like sound effects and change my voice and change Hunter's voice and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I've been looking at like soundboards, but I don't know, like, do I need a soundboard? Do I need a fucking mixing board? So I want to get with you, man.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Figure that out, bro. Yeah. That's all. Because that was part of the reason for going to Recorded is Hunter bought an editing software called Filmvora. It's actually really good. I'm sure you know what it is, Sage. It's actually really good. But it's like we did it. We wanted to go to record. It's like, hey man, we could add sound effects. We could do things like here's one that I uploaded today. Let me find it here.
Are you Windows or Mac? You're Windows, right?
I'm Windows, but here's an example of the type of shit that I want to do, So like someone does something and I can be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
like, do a little
you got a ton of options. We easily talk about that and see what the price range is. I have Stream Decks, which are Elgato. You go to Elgato Stream.
My son's right here and he just goes like this.
So that's one, and then my other suggestion would be, if you depending on how much money you're willing to spend, would be a I've got to get another one because mine's acting up. A Rodecaster Duo. It's a small. That one right there would work perfectly, and then you get like a Rodecaster pod mic, and you're done. You do a stream, but the Duo is about $499. Mic's about $100, and then depending on which Stream Deck you get and how many buttons, that one, I think the big one's like $200 maybe, and then you can get different sizes with different buttons. Cool. Like a 15 button would work for you probably.
Yeah, we're gonna talk, man. Like
I'll show you.
I've been looking at him, and literally my son and I today we were driving going to Walmart, and we were talking about it. And I said, you know what? I was like, forget it. I said, I'm gonna get with my buddy Sage. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
gonna
show you.
ask him and get his advice on it. So I'm actually glad you came on the show because I really want to get into that stuff, man. But yeah.
But since I just crashed your show and ruined everything, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off now.
Later, bro.
All right, guys. All right,
Good night,
thanks.
Sage.
Hi, Sage. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you also.
I'm a hook both of y'all up with him. I think just in the few minutes he was on, y'all could see the guy is super smart, super knowledgeable in the industry. But when it comes to like content creation and yes, there you go. Thank you, Josh. Sage's podcast is GOAT. Yes, that is what it is. Sage, the stuff that he does is absolutely. There's Jeff. There's fucking Jeff. Oh my god.
Always.
What do you have, Jeff? What do you have?
It's just called YouTube.
Oh.
He's like, it's real fancy. You never heard of it, potato?
Yeah. It's that cutting edge technology. I'm gonna hook y'all up with Sage. He's a good guy. He's super smart. I mean, you know, not in just the space that he's in our industry with Overdimensional, but just period. And like I said again, the stuff that he does, the people that he trolls, in the videos he does, it'll tell you, it'll make your guy's day when you see him. Like just like the one today with him mowing his grass in a prison fucking jumpsuit. Like that shit made me almost come to tears when I was watching it. I was like, no, my God. He's absolutely nuts. Claudia, how was your day, Claudia?
Man, it's all right. It's a Friday in logistics, man.
Yeah. Did you do a full day, Claudia? Or actually, you had to do a full day because you were driving home when we were talking earlier.
Yeah. I cut out about 15 minutes early, but I also get to work early and rarely take a lunch. So
it is abnormal that we see you at the house. Usually, when you're on, you are still at the office.
Yeah, but I was just like, I'm going home today, kids. Well, I had to come home and feed the dogs. So the monsters demand of me. I am here just to serve them. That is my whole purpose in being, apparently.
I know that's right. Yeah, when you're an animal owner, that's what you are. You're there to serve the animal. That's your only fucking existence.
Oh my God, yes.
For sure. It's like, what was it? I saw a little like a meme what you doozy with a dog that was sitting with like sunglasses on. It was like, I have a 2 household income and you know, like, yeah, like you don't do shit. Like they're like, and I have a maid and I have a private chef, and we're like, yeah, that's what we're here for.
I have dogs.
Take care of these assholes. I've got a 110-pound titty baby over here who like people are fucking terrified of, but he's like, I don't want to go through the doggy door when the screen door isn't snapped all the way. It might touch me. It bothers me.
What do you got? What kind of dog?
They're pit bulls.
Yeah, that's what we have. We have King Corso pit bull mix.
Oh shit!
He weighs about 135.
I was like, yours is bigger than mine is because mine doesn't have King Corso. When I took these dogs for foster, which by the way, I've been fostering them for 3 damn years. They said they are lab pit mixes. I was like, okay, and I kind of felt, I was like, all right, no big deal. And then later on, I sent off for their little DNA test, and they are 100%. They are both 100% pit bull, and they're litter mates. Like, so, you can't separate them, and they're giant, and they're pits. So they just have like all these cards stacked against them for people, to consider adopting them, even though they're great dogs. Like I had a 8 and 10-year-old children living here for 8 months while, they moved into a new house, and they treated these assholes like freaking what's those called? Beanbags. Like they don't even care. Like these dogs, they just would look at me like, do you see what she's doing? I'm like, well, what are you going to do? Like nothing. And they just stay, you know, like it's not a, you know, they are so fine and so good, but you know, people
Yeah,
are
it's,
just
it's
scared.
it's funny when we walk. His name is Squeaky, and the reason why we named him Squeaky because when people see him, they squeak and they run to the other side of the room like really, really quickly. I mean, he's got the fighting cropped ears.
Oh, uh-huh.
He's gray and he has these yellow eyes that will look right
Oh,
through you.
beautiful.
I mean,
Yeah. See,
like,
mine don't. Mine have their full floppy ears, so that does help. You know, but I mean, people, you know,
but
they
he's so
see them and
kind.
they
I
just
mean,
cross the road.
yeah, he stays right by your side, like, and he's
Mm-hmm.
always looking up for commands. And then the thing is that he wags his tail, and he doesn't realize how powerful he is. So if you're a little child that's walking by him and he wags his tail, it feels like you're getting whipped, and he'll knock you
I
over.
have whelps on my legs.
Oh,
I
hell
have
yeah.
had
Oh
whelps.
hell
from
yeah!
people.
Oh hell yeah!
It's
Yep.
fucking
And they don't
painful.
mean to because
No, not at
they
all.
just don't know their power. They just
Yeah.
do not know their power. And let me make it a blunt statement here. No, it's not the effing dog. It's the owners that make the dog mean. Sorry, guys, but that is a pure fact.
Yes,
Has nothing to do
100%.
with the dog whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, hey, first, let's not get off on dog behaviors. I love talking about dog behaviors. I'm a fucking animal geek, but dogs only react in anger or viciousness as we see it out of fear. 100% of the time, that's what it is.
When they feel threatened.
Yes. They humans are the same way. We are afraid of and we attack the unknown because we're too afraid. We can't figure it out, and that's what dogs are. When they do that, it's reaction out of fear. They're afraid of you or what's going on. It's not necessarily that they're a vicious animal. And as far as you talking about the owner, I watched. I was a big pit bull guy when I was a teenager. I had two pit bulls, and we actually, a buddy of mine put ours into weight pulling competitions. We went to, I think, like 2 or 3 shows, but it was supposed to be the anti-dog fighting thing for pit bulls.
Yeah.
Point is I learned during my time of owning those few animals that that most dogs are vicious because they're not socialized.
Yeah.
And the easiest way to make a dog vicious is to just keep them from other human contact beside yourself.
Yeah,
And
you keep them super isolated and even away from other animals and other and then that way anytime, they're gonna wanna, anytime they're around something else is scary.
We put her down last year, but we had an American Rottweiler. Her name was Zoe. She was a 100-pound dog. You know what I mean? She was a Rottweiler. And dude, everyone just straight judged her by her breed. She was the sweetest baby you would ever meet in your life. Like the only way she was going to kill you was with affection. That was it. And so it's 1,000% the owner. You know, dogs. Animals and children are the most innocent creatures on this planet.
Yeah, and we fuck them up.
I was just about to say that. Yes.
Here's my boy.
Look.
Oh, look
there he is.
Hi, babies. Come here, baby.
Hey, Jeff, I don't care. Hey, them little dogs, they're just pure fucking evil. It doesn't matter. little dogs, especially Chihuahuas and Pomeranians, they are just born evil. That's all there is to that.
Are you so happy? Look at my friends.
I love the biggies.
Look at my friends.
They're like, no, where's our treat? Oh man, I need a dog so bad again. We have a couple cats now. I need a dog again. I miss my dog.
Can you see how goofy Mia looks when look at her face? She just she looks so happy and just
laid back.
Yeah. Yeah, she also does have some resting bitch face. It's kind of funny, but anyway.
Resting bitch face.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to show you off to my friends. They're so warm. They must have been out soaking up the sun, recharging themselves.
our dog, our Rottweiler, she used to lay against our back fence and lay on her back with all four
Yeah,
legs in the air.
That's exactly how Mia does.
It'd be 100 fucking degrees outside,
Yes.
and we'd be like,
Right.
come inside, and she just roll her head and look at you like, I'm fucking comfortable. No, thank you.
Yeah, drives me crazy when these assholes do that. I'm like, you're out there on the rock, like literally the fucking rock. Like we have a rock patio, and they'll just be laid out. I'm like, that's the warmest, that's the hottest place in the yard that you can possibly be. And they're like, but this is my jam. I'm fine here. I'm like, well, whatever, dude. Like, I mean, Drax got a kind of like swollen spot on his elbow, and we took him to the vet, and they were like, I don't know, they named off what it was, and I mean, it's literally some sort of like I want to say irritation, but that's not the right word. You know, like it's inflamed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were, and the lady at the vet told Grant, like, well, you know, he needs a soft place to lay. And Grant looked over at him and was like, you literally sleep on the couch. Like, how much softer of a bed can I fucking get you, dude? Like, stop. So,
Oh man.
they're ridiculous. But look at him. He's a mama's boy. He's almost always in every room that I'm in.
I miss our dog, man. She was great. We bought her for our kids, but she became my wife and I's dog. Like I miss that fucking dog. I love our cats. I never was a cat person, I'm not gonna lie. I love our cats. They're the funniest fucking things ever. But there is no replacing the love of a dog.
No.
Like I'm sorry, there's not, like, cats, you know they love you, but dogs, like, you know they love you. Like they let you go.
We were talking last night about how dogs love you whether you are a lovable person. You know what I mean? Like, they just fucking love you. And whether you deserve it or not, whether you're a real fucking shitty person, like, they love you. And like that love, I mean, even assholes who fucking abuse their dogs, those dogs still want to please them. Like, it makes me want to punch those people in the face even more. But they, you know, those creatures over there love the shit out of me. And even though they're assholes sometimes, they do. And we love them. And
they're not called man's best friend for nothing.
Yeah.
Out of every animal on the face of the planet, dogs are humans' best friend. Like, they are. 1,000%. They're made for humans, and humans are made for them. There's just some connection there, and it goes back literally eons, you know. And you can't take the love of a dog away. Like you said, even if you're a shitty ass person, that dog still will love you unconditionally.
Yeah.
I hate you right now, Claudia. I miss my dog, man. I miss my dog, man. I miss my dog. All right, hey. We got to wrap this up. My wife is texting me. She said, "Babe, I'm hungry."
Too.
My wife said, "Babe, I'm hungry unless Claudia is inviting us for dinner." No.
I'm getting hounded too, so
No. Claudia, before we go, Claudia, any exiting comments, questions, concerns, updates, or plugs?
Let me think. So I don't have a lot of plugs right now. Like, I'm test driving some new, not new, but some other onboarding and vetting software, looking at, you know, trying to stay on top of everything that's out there and find out what's the best. Love the GEGO thing. GEGO? What's it called?
GEGO.
GEGO. I love that idea. I'm definitely going to follow up with Joe on those things. And so I enjoy being on the show. Been busy, you know, because the bad guys be bad, and, you know, man, they're doing the most, and it's tough. I will close. I'm not going to open this. I'm not saying this to open a whole can of worms, because I'll need to go. But here's the thing: what I'm learning is nobody gives a shit who hauls their stuff. until something goes wrong. And then everybody
Always.
gets fucking mad about it. They don't care if you double broker, they don't care if you whatever. They don't give a shit until something goes wrong. And then everybody cares. And people can think, well, I've been doing this for all this time and it's all good. And they know it and it's fine. Wait until it goes bad. When it goes bad, you're gonna get fucked. And like that, shippers
Right.
don't give a shit. They don't give a shit until their stuff starts going missing. You know what I mean? Brokers don't give a shit if you double broker a load until their stuff starts going missing. Carriers
It always takes a catastrophic event. It always takes a catastrophic event to happen before somebody changes their mind.
Exactly. So, Broker Carrier Summit, I'm excited about going, guys. For real, send me the code. Send me the code. I'm just gonna buy my ticket. Just send me the code.
Okay.
And we'll see you guys. I'll try to hop back on next week sometimes for freestyle. And I always love you. Enjoy being on. Thanks so much.
We love you too, Claudia. You're welcome anytime. Fuck this recorded show stuff. We're going to go back to live shows as soon as possible. I'm telling you, hey, just wait till you go and watch these recorded shows that I'm putting out. They're so fucking awkward. They're so awkward. It's so weird. Oh man, I don't like it at all. Jeff, and hey, I want you guys to stay on after Jeff says his piece. I want you to stay on because I've got to show you what Joe Daniel, who was just on our show, sent me. Jeff, any exiting comments, questions, concerns, updates, or plugs?
No, just that I want to wish you a happy Father's Day, sir. I hope that you don't work that day and that you have a great day with the family, wherever you go. Make sure to watch the Storytelling Chronicles, Life Lessons in Logistics, Empowering Women into Logistics on Monday, the 17th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have my good friend Charlie Safro. We're going to have a very good conversation. Make sure you check it out.
I want
Dogs love it. Dogs love it.
I want you to hook me up with Charlie, and we haven't announced it yet, but I'm still your co-host for a show here that will be coming up. I love your co-host, Christy Knichel.
Yeah,
is absolutely amazing, Jeff. She's a wonderful lady.
She's fantastic.
Christy she is super, super freaking cool people. All right, before I go, Joe, who is on the show tonight, we're friends. We're personal friends, and so we have inside jokes and send each other stupid shit all the time. And we were talking about last night about funny addresses that we could send packages to. And during our conversation, Joe had came up with sending me a package to, it is Robert, courtesy of Epstein and Diddy's server room. and the book that he sent me is called Why Are My Nuts in the Toilet Water? So just let that show you guys what kind of guy Joe is, the type of personality he has.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yes, Joe is absolutely amazing. If y'all were not connected with him, what does it say? It says this book is printed in large, is presented in large text for its target audience for obvious reasons. And he says, why are my nuts in toilet water? Gravity, plain and simple. Oh, Joseph Daniel, VP of Sales for GEGO. Absolutely an amazing guy, super smart, super funny. Make sure that y'all go and connect with them. Our good friend Claudia the Connector, Claudia Catlett. She's a staple on our show, been with us for a very long time. If you're first watching, please go follow her on LinkedIn. That is Claudia Catlett. Jeff Dickinson, the bodacious cowboy. everyone in our industry knows who Jeff is. Whatever platform you're watching on, Jeff, I know for sure, is on LinkedIn. Go follow him as well. Jeff's been in the industry for 40 years. His worked for companies like Ford and several other very large enterprise companies. Just a plethora of intelligence that Jeff has. Claudia, Jeff, always a pleasure to have y'all on. Before we go, we got to show some final love to our sponsors. You know, tonight we talked about being able to make sure that you're able to see your freight and your assets anytime, any place in the world, and make sure that it's a sure thing of where your freight is. The only other sure thing in this industry is Shoreline Capital. Our premier guest, who we just talked about, Mr. Joe Daniel, is the VP of Sales of GEGO. GEGO, GPS tracking. It is the wave of the future for our industry. We've been using GPS in all parts of our lives for a very, very long time. Why we have not implemented that into the freight industry, whether it is tracking your shipments, it's keeping a track on where your trucks are, where your trailers are, any other thing that is important to you in your life, period. Maybe you just want to know where your G-Wagon is. All you brokers out there with our garage full of G-Wagons, you have to know where those G-Wagons are going all the time too. GEGO is going to help you out with that. Go ahead and click that link down there at the bottom of the screen. Get yourself a special promo going on only now through the end of June. I know it's a catchy ass tune. It is super, super catchy. Hey, we appreciate everyone tuning in for our first live show in 2 weeks. I'm telling you right now, hashtag boycott recorded shows. We are not doing no more of that bullshit. They're not worth it. They absolutely suck. And it takes 10 times as long to actually put out some good content because you got to go and edit everything. And who likes to do all that crap? As I always say, chunk them deuces. And although he is not here, Mr. Hound, roll that beautiful beam footage.